Hello, everybody.
Are we awake?
I think so. I think so. I think we're awake. I think we're awake.
I see the coffee's pouring.
It's that never-ending cup of delicious hot coffee.
There's our notification, so I guess it's official.
Yeah,
We're here.
yeah. Got some questions lined up from Indie Vote Radio. We'll be discussing.
Well, that's good. That's good because I got nothing.
Yeah. Oh man, it's gonna be a great day. We've got oh,
Oh,
the coffee's down. My
yeah.
face
I
is
was I
cold.
was I was throwing the Indie Volt logo up there, and it exchanged it
Yeah,
instead of the pouring cup of coffee.
my face is thinking because I wasn't doing anything horrible. Um,
You've doxed us all. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I've been doxxed. I've been doxxed. Um, yeah, go ahead and dox me. Um,
You can't dox people who ain't got nothing to hide. Yeah.
yeah, right, right.
What are you gonna do? Get me fired? I work in
No.
my damn basement. Yeah.
um, it's been a very busy week. For me, been working on a lot of stuff. Had a lot of things happen this week, and it's only Thursday. Well, no, it's it's the end of the week almost. I consider Thursday it. This is the stretch. This is if you can get past Thursday, you made it.
It's the start of the weekend.
Yeah, because officially Sunday apparently is the start of the week. I
All
guess
depends on who you talk to.
yeah. Some people believe that Sunday is the start of the week, not Monday.
Yeah.
Monday you're already in 2 days of the week. It's weird. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about I got to tell you guys about making sure that your order that you monitor your online stores. I did not, and um, oh boy, I had to make sure I got. That spent yesterday making sure that orders were taken care of. Um, the whole.
How dare you? You have stolen my dreams and my childhood with your empty words.
So let's go. I'm gonna roll the intro, and we'll be here to talk to you about the stuff. And of course, I will see you guys in the chat as well.
You got it? I got it.
Okay, go ahead. Hello, everybody out there. I'm Varian Grant.
We're just going to keep the coffee pouring. Oh, there we are. Holy crap.
I'm Varian Grant. This is Indie Volt Breakfast Buzz. I'm Varian Grant, and I've been making comics since 2008, publishing comics 2008, and I'm an artist. What else about me? Is there anything else? I mean, being that the normal spiel I do: father, husband, geek. Is Human Sunbeam mine? That's not mine, right?
No,
No.
that's
Okay.
that's somebody else.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So yeah.
He's in the green room, though.
Okay. All right.
Wants to talk to us about the state of the world.
Save the world. Save the world.
Should we ask him, or should we
Special
just let's
correspondent?
just keep introducing ourselves? We can let him sit there for a while. He's eating
Okay.
the Cheerios. It's all
Yeah.
good.
And I've been making comics since 2008. Also the founder of Indie Volt Media LLC, which you're watching here. Make sure you visit indievolt.com. And yeah, this is Indie Volt Breakfast Buzz. I am joined by my co-host, Mr. Zim.
Hey, everybody. I'm Randy Zimmerman. You can call me Zim. I've been doing alternative and independent comics for many, many decades, done just about everything in this market that you can think of, and a few things that I don't want to talk about. But right now, I'm an award winning commercial and graphic artist whose main specialty is doing advertising sequential art. So I've done comic papers, I've been distributed for many years, printed under many banners, and done a lot of stuff. So, and I'm also a proud husband and father, and everything that Varian said he was. So, except a sensitivity reader. I'm
Yeah.
not that sensitive.
Yeah. Sensitivity reading is gonna be big in the next couple of months. It's gonna blow up. You'll see.
Sitting in the green room right now, we have a special guest who wants to tell us about the way of the world.
State of the world. Go ahead.
Buddy, how's it going for you?
Terrible things are going on in the world right now. Absolutely terrible.
Well, we know that, buddy. Well, why are you popping on?
Well, let me check in on you guys and just make sure you're okay.
How's your net? How's your internet going? Oh, Well, I guess that answered that. Damn it. We dropped him again.
All the time. All the
He
time.
pops in. We just cut him out. That's it.
Man. That was cool, though. I like that.
We tossed him. Let's see. I think we can get him back on. Ethan. Buddy, are you there? Oh, he's already left. He got disgusted.
Disgusted with our shoddy streaming processes
He's
here.
probably out shaking his internet cables. Is what it is. Trying to get the connection back up.
That's pretty cool. I do, you know, I do think that
Sorry,
we have
maybe later. He might be back later in the program.
we do have a we do have a we've been visited by the angry Alan Moore Lego piece this morning. It's very upset with us. Very upset with us.
Is that what that is? I always
Yeah.
wondered what that was. That's an Alan Moore Lego piece.
Yes, the Alan Moore Lego.
His beard needs to be a little scragglier. Is that really supposed to be Alan Moore?
Someone made it online. I thought it was
Okay.
funny. There was a website. A guy
Sure,
didn't have permission.
Are you positive that's not Travis McIntyre?
No, that's Alan Moore.
Looks like Travis.
Travis's beard is red. I have to message him.
That's just dark brown. That's just dark red there.
Yeah, I'll message him. I'll message him. Like, is this you or Alan Moore? We need confirmation.
And get him on the show too.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's Alan Moore.
He could talk about the state of the world too, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Talk about whatever he wants.
So we got we last week we had a show. Well, not last week, but this week we had a show. With a book on. We're gonna talk about that book again.
Gosh, it seems like it was just a few days ago.
Yeah, it does. It does. Sarah's there. Hello, Sarah.
Hey, Sarah.
Nice angry Lego guy. Comic Book Advocate says, I count Mondays as a start because of cons, and we reload on Mondays. Yeah. I'm asleep on Monday after a con.
I thought Mondays was when we get to cough all the con crud out of our throat.
Yeah.
Emily Zelasco's in the house. Hello,
Emily. Oh, I didn't see that. Emily, hello.
Thanks for coming on, or thanks for listening. You're
Yeah.
welcome on here anytime you want, by the way. Just
Yeah.
let us know you want to come on. We'd love to have you.
Pops says, good morning. Good morning, Pops.
Pops. Good morning, Pops.
And Randy,
Yes, sir.
so you've been making comics before the internet.
You're probably right. Yeah.
How did you
Probably
guys,
before you were born.
how did you guys handle
With both hands.
like, did you guys get direct to order customers, like ordering directly from you guys?
Yeah.
And
Yeah, all the time.
it was done by mail,
Yeah.
PO box.
Yes.
Or just
No,
okay.
or I think the original arrow was straight to Ralph and Stu's apartment, if I'm not mistaken. And then my arrow was always P.O. box. P.O. boxes come in real handy.
Okay, so
Flint Comics was always a P.O. box. But yeah, we had people ordering all the time.
so how often would one need to check their PO box?
Well, it's been probably 3 weeks since I checked my Flint Comics box, but usually we would check it 2 or 3 times a week.
Okay, especially if you're accepting orders.
Yeah, and you were on a constant rotation too. You check it on a Tuesday, and when you came back on a Thursday or Friday, you had the packages that you picked up the orders from Tuesday, and just that way you kept that rotation going.
Now, see, you would think the internet would make that easier.
You would think so.
Like, oh, I got an order. Well, your boy was an idiot and didn't because of the whole COVID shutdown and everything. I didn't check a lot of stuff, and I had orders.
Well,
And
welcome aboard, Jason the Artist, my mentors. Good to see you too this morning. 9 p.m. nighttime here in J-Land. He is in the J world.
yes, he is in
Japan.
Japan. Yeah. Good morning or good night for you, Jason.
Good evening for you. Yes.
Good evening for you. 10 p.m. nighttime there. Whew. It's a difference, man. Go over there, go to sleep.
It's as if he's on the other side of the world.
Yeah. I would imagine it's weird for me because I go too far out of my city. I feel like I'm out of town.
I know you're too scared to come up north. So.
Yeah. I mean, when I was in Grand Rapids, I'm like looking around at the buildings like, I'm not home. Where am I? What state is this?
Constantly popping Tums when you were up in Traverse City.
Yeah.
Scared to death. looking around. I keep sending you pictures. It's, you know, I travel all over the state. You don't have to be afraid.
No. I've been told. They've been told to stay out of Howell. So, um,
Well, yeah, there's certain little small cities around Howell you might not want to step into for very long. But
Jason says, "How? Right? Yeah, about 13 hours ahead in the land of the rising sun. Yeah, it's a long. Oh man, it's
there's
so much
some
different.
it's a
Um,
few square miles here in the north or east side of Flint. I wouldn't recommend you go to after dark.
yeah. See, I might be safe over there.
Anybody, I wouldn't recommend anybody to go there after dark.
Let's take a look at one of the books though, Randy, we were talking about, and
Jason says he's 13 hours ahead of us
yeah,
in the
13.
land of the rising sun.
And the sun will rise truly over there too, because it'll be a new day over there before you know it. Gonna bring up
Iva.
Iva again. Had NS on the show with us.
And if you
She's
haven't
actually,
seen that show, it's in the archives there at YouTube. So
yeah,
just pop back and give it a listen. The product is very professional,
yeah, and it's a good book. She's at 948.
which is way low for this, but it is a new campaign.
Yeah,
So,
new campaign, new product.
yep.
But I really think that if you're looking for a book to back, and this is an international book, so it'll be coming from. She's based out of the UK, so this book will be coming from the UK. But it is. I believe she said it's finished, right? Randy, correct me. It's been a long 2 days.
Yes. I believe she said it was all done.
Yeah, it's all done. So I mean, this is right now. There's nothing for her to, the wait on. There's nothing for her, no art to wait on, no coloring to wait on. It's all done, and it looks really good. And she's taken in some advice from us. We gave her some. We gave her our 2 cents, and she's actually taken a lot of that, into consideration. So if you're looking for a project to back, this is a good one.
Actually gave Indie Volt a nice thank you
She
in
did.
the update section.
She did. She did, which we really appreciated. And
Deeply appreciate.
thank you, Ines, for that. So hopefully, hopefully, we'll see that number climb. I would love to get her past 1,000 by the weekend here, which shouldn't be hard. Shouldn't be hard.
I would love to see her way past her goal amount
Yeah.
because that's what the products like this really deserve.
Yeah.
They deserve to be looked at. They deserve to be partaken of and encouraged in every way.
Timothy Green art. Yep.
And it's not just that they're nice people. It's just that the product is sound. The idea is great. The artwork is phenomenal. There's just nothing bad that you can say about this book. It looks really good.
Yep. Timothy Green, the second art, which art looks phenomenal too, and
Yeah.
it looks real good. Yeah. So definitely go there. Heather. Good morning,
Tucker
Heather.
says, "Good morning, you guys. Good morning, Heather."
Yeah. Heather is a big Pokemon card collector.
Awesome.
I told her, I said, she showed me some of the ones she had. She pulled out some rainbow cards and some holofoil ones. Those Pokemon cards can be quite expensive.
We all need our hobbies.
Indigo Radio number sitting at 12,410. 12,410. Oh, them to 4,513 now. So I jumped
All right.
up. Sorry
We
about that.
appreciate each and every one of you.
Thank you for listening right now. In
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Yeah, we
you are.
never know where they're at.
Wherever you are in
right
the
now,
world.
Mexico's tops right now.
Well, then, good morning.
So yeah, Randy, it's been a slow news week.
Well, that's because there was so much news last week.
Mhm.
DC leaving Diamond and who knows what else. So I guess it gets pretty bad when a former DC publisher's interview is the main high point of the news week.
Mm-hmm.
They had a big interview with Dan Didio as he made his excuses or gave his explanations as to his tenure over at DC. The man responsible for the old new 52.
And if you guys didn't know too, I know this is Indie Vault, but it looks like the new Warriors is canceled. It's not being solicited.
It still won't spare them the embarrassment of actually showing it in the first place.
People are asking for the trade though.
And I'm sure those characters are going to be around one way or another. They'll be around. So, Marvy's in the house. Hello, hello.
Lunch break again.
Lunch break again. Wonderful Portugal. How are you guys? We are fine. I hope you're doing well. You got to see his hair, my hair. I'm more and more the Portuguese Antonio Banderas. Good for
Yeah,
you, Marby.
he's
That hopefully that makes your wife incredibly happy.
yeah, it'll make mine happy. I think at this point, if I just if my wife wants me to, there's been no barbershop, so my hair is a mess right now. And my wife is like, you may have to shave it off. I'm like, no, I swore off barbershops a long time ago.
It's the advantage of having a daughter who is a cosmetologist. So my she came over a couple of weeks ago and took the Harpo marks out of my wife's hair.
But yeah, you guys are. It's up there on the screen, so pop over.
If you don't know who Harpo Marx is, look it up. That's the way her hair goes. It doesn't grow. It grows out in every direction.
Pop over the Indiegogo. Check out this cat. Okay, I have a comic issue #1. Mainframe is watching. Maybe we'll play the video a little bit later in this show.
Comic Book Advocates has a question.
Yeah. Hey, here is a question. Do you notice indie creators aren't crowdfunding or talking about news comics at the same rate as the same time last year? Uh, did they put their pens down? Well, you know what? I think, Rob, what's happened is a lot of people currently, because of the current situations and COVID and a lot of the protesting that's going on, I think a lot of people are just trying to not cloud the airways with their some people aren't. I mean, it's up to you how you want to do things, but
Well,
some people just don't feel it's the right time to launch a
yeah.
Kickstarter or
At,
Indiegogo.
at the start of the pandemic, there was a big outcry from the less informed that said, "How dare you try to make money during our time of turmoil?" So, and that I think that freaked a lot of the weak-willed people into going, okay, okay. But then again, a lot of us indie creators are now have our nose to the grindstone. So you haven't heard us out there much, and you can tell the people who are working compared to the people who aren't, because they're the people that aren't working are the ones that are wasting time on social media and talking on Twitter and sending pictures all over the place, you know, all the
Mm.
time, over excessively, instead of actually doing work. So you're seeing, at least I saw on Twitter, which I've stopped going up there nearly as much as I used to. You're seeing a lot of the pros, the pros that haven't blocked us. That is, up there making tweets every 5 seconds, every 10 seconds, and they're not working. They're just up there wanting to complain about the state of the world.
Mm.
Where a lot of us indie creators are out here trying to do something constructive and work on our books and quietly getting ready. I think we're going to see a big explosion in crowdfunding campaigns here within the next month or two. I really do. As people who have looked at the market and studied the market actually figure that maybe they shouldn't do their crowdfunding book until their book is almost done. And since everything else is down, they might as well sit in their basement or their studio or whatever and actually work, and do something constructive. So we'll see. Well, we'll know in the next couple of months by how the
Mm.
crowdfunding situation goes. If all of a sudden everybody's got a campaign, then we'll know what's going on. Pop says he does not Twitter. That is more toxic than Facebook is. Yeah. Well, when you only have so many characters to use, you usually use them bitterly. So, in my opinion, that I've seen. That's why the twits are on Twitter. So,
I've been working, and I would say this. I will tell you this, guys. I think that if you kept your nose to the grindstone and you were drawing or creating during this time, I think that once we come out of this and once we start to where it becomes acceptable to show what you've been working on, um, that you're going to see not just like Randy said, an explosion of stuff, but an explosion of content, just from people that stuff they were working on that they couldn't go out there and they felt for one reason or another it wasn't okay to put out or wasn't okay to show. I've got a ton of stuff that I've been working on, and you guys should see it this summer if things clear. But at the same time, I don't think people want to. I don't think people want to unveil their products in the midst of all the chaos.
well, I I don't know about that. Obviously, the people who have done crowdfunding campaigns amidst this chaos, some of them aren't being seen well enough, like Iva there, that we had on just a few seconds ago, while other people are pulling down close to 6, 7 figures.
That's true.
You know, some of them are incredibly successful, and then McFarlane puts out an action figure and just cleans house. So what can you do? Marv says, even after a stroke, I was in bed penciling my comic. I don't understand why they pencil down. Marv, some of these larger companies or medium-sized larger companies had to pencil down because they didn't have any money and they couldn't pay their artists to work because all of a sudden Diamond decided not to send out any checks, which is a hassle that you have when you have one distributor. You are that is the lifeline for the entire industry. If they decide all of a sudden, well, we're not going to pay the secondary people everything that we owe them, we're going to stretch it out over 13 weekly payments or through 13 monthly payments or however they're doing it, then they have to call their talent and go, hey, maybe you shouldn't be working on stuff we can't pay you for. The conscientious ones do. So you saw Boom and Valiant and a few other ones just go down. Now, whether they come back up, again, I haven't heard. I haven't heard Valiant has. I haven't even heard an announcement that DC, though DC really didn't do an official pencils down, or the Marvel pencils down has been recalled. Have you? Have you heard of anybody saying our people are back to work?
No, one thing I think I heard was that DC was saying everyone's going to work from home until 2021.
Well, that's all of the executives, and that's a whole nother aspect that we didn't bring up when we had Dennis Barger on the program. When was that, last Thursday?
No, that was a special.
Oh, that was our
Saturday.
special. Yeah, that was on Saturday. We had Dennis Barger on, famed retailer, and he was talking about the problems of DC leaving Diamond. The big thing with DC is they have told all of their talent and their executives, don't come in the office. There's nobody in the office. Now, the next question would be, is there still an office? And is the rent up just at the end of the month or end of the year? And they're like going, don't think about coming back in the office until the start of the year. But all of their people are now working from home, air quotes, until the end of the year.
Yeah.
Now, there's been a lot of rumor about DC and AT&T and Warner Brothers, and that maybe there won't be a DC in January.
Here you go, Randy. Here's one for you to pronounce. I can't pronounce the name. But he says, hey, how are you?
Thunfischgeist.
Thunfischgeist. Okay, very good. How are you?
That sounds German, but hey.
We are well. How are you?
Real well. Where are you from, Thunfisch?
I think that...
Thunfischgeist.
Could you imagine if...
I hope I got that right.
Yeah, you might be cussing everyone out.
I could be too. Just a reminder, everyone, this program is rated TVMA DLSV, where the V stands for variant.
Yeah.
For what's the fuck?
Yeah. I do think that with was it?
Ended.
And then?
Probably India. No?
Who knows?
Ended.
Glad to have you with us this morning.
Yes, everybody listening. From all over the world.
Randy, got a question from Indie Volt Radio here, and here we go. My business partner is an idiot. He named our company. He took our name of our company from a publisher who was already in existence. Our Kickstarter was closed. The funds have been returned. Our Instagram was deleted.
All off of the company name?
Yeah, off the company name. And he's very upset. He wants to, what can he do about this?
Can I answer that?
Sure.
He's already made 2 mistakes.
Yeah, and by the way, his name is Ron. Ron. Yeah.
Ron, buddy, when you wrote that letter to us, you should have said my former business partner. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. If you're in this with somebody who's making those kind of mistakes, former might be a word you want to use.
Yeah.
But second of all, what are you thinking? You should know better. You should have known better. And if you got shut down just because of a name, get another name.
Yeah.
And kick it back out again. But you're going to have to do something different now for your campaign because everybody else is going to come up there and go, "Oh, I gave to that campaign. I got it refunded real quick because these guys are idiots."
Yeah. You
For
got
whatever reason. I don't know if you gave that reason or what reason you gave for the refunds, but other than the
I
fact
think the
that
campaign was taken down and
the
everything was
account was
refunded.
just canceled. Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, it takes look, do the work. Don't if you have a name for your company, go research the name of your company.
The least you can do is a Google search and
Yeah.
do a Google search and a Bing image search and see if the logo pops up at least.
Yeah, I mean, do because I mean, there is a chance that someone has that name of a company. There's a chance someone had that name and they're not using it anymore. There's a chance of you guys having trouble because someone takes your company's name or you use a name and now um that company says, "Hey, that's not us. Stop using our name," and then you end up losing your website because they go to your provider and say, "Hey, stop it." There's all type of things that can happen.
Well, not
So
if you've already claimed the domain. They probably can't do that, can they?
they can if you're like basically cyber squatting on it.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And if they've got money, they can pull you into court. And if they got more money than you, they
Oh,
can
yeah. Yeah.
so things can be done to make your life difficult. So do the research. Don't think, oh, they'll never know. I want that name so bad, I'm gonna take it.
You have to be really careful
Yeah.
out there, especially when you're starting a new company. Do your due diligence
Mhm.
and get to know if there's anybody else out there that looks like you, if there's another company that sells whatever widgets out there that has your name.
Mhm.
When we did Arrow Comics, there's an Arrow, I think, a Arrow stapler company and
Yeah.
a Arrow shoe company and all that. We made sure that there wasn't any Arrow Comics out
Right.
there. And it's still now, if you do a search on us, all you get are Green Arrow covers.
Dunfinchite said, you talk about the race war. This is it's an interesting topic. Hey, you also talk with the chat. Well, yeah. Well, we didn't talk about the race war. We talked about how the current situation was causing people to not launch their crowdfunding campaigns.
Well, it's one situation on top of another situation.
Yeah, so we had COVID,
Yeah.
now we have riots. Or not even the protests aren't the problem. When they were rioting, that was a problem.
I had a great meme I had just put on my Facebook that's got Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny looking with the big tree with a notice stamped on it. And it's COVID season, riot season, COVID season, riot season.
Yeah.
Now it looks like, according if you watch the media, which the wife does, and most of the time I'm just a lump in a chair. We're back to COVID season, where they're all going. All them protests are doing nothing but spreading the virus.
Yeah.
Humph. It's like, okay, let's see the numbers.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens because, is it or is it really?
Mark says I have to go back to work. See you on replay. Be safe, everybody. Be safe, sir.
Take care, Marv.
We'll see you soon.
And
There's
I'm not sure what that is. It looks like Santa Claus on one of them.
yeah. See Santa
Will
Claus.
Smith?
No, I think I see Santa Claus.
Isn't that Will Smith at the end there?
No.
No.
I can't tell who that is. Yeah. Pop says, and today spikes in COVID again. Yeah.
We'll see. Don't get me started on that because I tend to lean towards the conspiracy theorist side. So,
Are you, Randy? Are you going to be?
you get me started, we'll start talking about tests and protocols and anyway, false positives and why are you asymptomatic with the virus? Well, maybe the test came back wrong, and you really don't have it in the first place. But anyway, never mind. Go ahead.
So, another question from INDIE Radio, and this one touches kind of close to home. A gentleman.
Pop says, "Get back in your house, peasant." No peasants here.
This guy wants to know his name. Zachariah.
Wants to know oh, okay.
Zacharias is upset because he's not upset. I don't know if he said that.
Anyway, to go back before you start this one, to go back to the last one, Ron, get a new company.
Yeah,
You
new
might want
company.
to look into your business partner and get a new business partner. Try to be original in everything that you do. And remember, first impressions are everything. All of those old cliches come right back. Your presence is everything. First impressions, especially when you're making a mark in a small industry like comics are, is everything. You don't want to do a bad book for your first one out. You want to try to be as original as possible. You don't want to have a bad company name to start off. You don't want to have a bad logo. You have to look at everything and definitely know the market that you're getting into and know how you're going to approach that market before you even take that first step. Anyway, sorry.
Oh, no problem. So the next question is
Derivatives
from
can kill you.
from Zachariah, and he wants to know if he's in a bit of trouble with his company. He took basically to start his company. He went and got a bank loan.
Hmm. At least he didn't get a fast money loan
No,
or a paycheck advance.
no. Those things are meant to keep you in there forever. Um,
25% interest. Yeah.
uh, he got a bank loan.
Hmm.
He put a mortgage on his house and took out some remortgaged his house and took out some investments or some loans from family members. He got up to about 75 grand to launch his comic company,
It's like
and
he's got a big pot he's stirring and throwing a lot of oddball money in from different sources.
yeah, and
Yeah.
now he's screwed because now the bill is coming due on a couple of things. And guess what, Randy? Guess
Mm.
what? The worst, the
Did he go?
worst.
Did he go see a lot of concerts?
No.
Buy himself a
He's
car?
he's paid for stuff. He's paid for things. Paid for tables. Guess what, Randy?
Get
He's got
himself an
one comic to show for it yet.
expensive office in a high class office building downtown?
That was me.
Oh, sorry.
No, but unfortunately he's paid artists. They've all kind of slowed down. They blamed
Oh, he paid his artists.
he paid his artist.
No.
He bought scripts, Randy.
No. Well, buying scripts is one thing after the work has been performed, but if you're hiring a writer to write a script for you that you haven't seen, that gives that the talent an excuse to sit on your money.
He bought scripts. He bought products, and he bought a bunch of stuff, and he bought tables at conventions.
Hmm.
Luckily, hopefully for this year, hopefully that money's been returned. But he's 75K in the hole now.
Wow.
Guys, look. Before I go into that, John is
Hit it.
in the chat. John, the animator guy.
John.
Yeah.
Love you, buddy. How
How's
you
it
doing?
going?
Hope you're doing well this morning.
He's on my morning walk and listening. Thank you, sir.
Cool.
Um,
Try to avoid the dog poop.
yeah, there's a lot of it out there. It's goose poop all around my house.
Goose poop. Yeah, goose poop too. Yep.
It's horrible.
Zachariah, you're going to have to dig yourself out of that hole, however badly you've dug yourself into it. Next time, don't do multiple avenues of funding. Start small and build yourself up. You got to have a business plan. I hope you know how this business works. Nobody expects the Spanish
Inquisition.
Nobody expected this virus. So everybody got caught with their pants down. If you weren't prepared for it, always be prepared. Sorry about your mortgage, but you shouldn't have mortgaged your house. You got to keep yourself separate from your business. And it sounds like you're in trouble 3 ways, and you're going to have to dig yourself out 3 ways. So I would suggest to stop worrying about comics and start worrying about repayment.
Yeah, at this point,
However that works, however you can do it.
if the comics come in, great.
And if you paid your talent in advance of getting work, don't ever do that again. Always pay when the work is delivered.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody is worth an advance up front, because that 9 times out of 10, the work that you're going to get from them if you've paid them beforehand isn't going to be as good as the work you get after they've turned it in and have collected a check.
don't let and I hate to say I'm an artist. I'm an artist. So okay, I draw.
We're all artists. We've
Yeah.
all done. Varian and I have both done this for years. So
um and don't let an artist talk you into
into an
paying them,
advance.
especially the whole amount.
Yeah. Unless they are so professional that you
Yeah.
know that you're going to get that result.
And I mean by so much I mean
That's the key.
professional. I mean that too. That their work, their name being on that book is gonna bring some.
Yeah. It's going to more than return your investment.
Yeah.
That person has to be so indebted into the market and so professional
Right.
that you are literally paying them for their time and their name
Mm-hmm.
in order to be in that, in order to be with your company. It's a great way to start a company is to go out and find people that are recognizable, who have a level of quality and a standard of ethics and practice
Mm-hmm.
that you're going to recoup whatever investment that you're going to spend. But that doesn't happen very often.
Scott Zambelli, who is a artist, comic artist, and now um, a,
Real
a,
estate guy.
a real estate guy,
Yeah.
says, "Never mortgage your house and risk other people's money, especially in comics.
Yep.
I pay my artists as the pages are completed, and Scott can draw himself. And I bet you Scott will tell you maybe if you want to help your artist out and pay them a little bit down on the art, that'll be fine. But Scott, I have a question
No,
for you.
no. What you do in that case is you pay as they go.
Yeah,
You got 2 pages done. Well, I'm paying you so much a page. Here's twice that because you got 2 pages done. Now go do the rest of the book.
yeah.
You know.
Should it have been the mortgage? I mean, look, no. I mean,
At least then you've got those 2 pages that you can print. You can always find another artist to finish the book if you have to.
doesn't the bank usually ask you if hey, what do you intend to use the money for?
Well, yeah, a lot of times, but depending upon your agent, you walk in, you go, "I'm starting a comic company," and they'll go, "Well, your house has so much equity. Okay, here you go.
Hey, here's the money. See you
You've
later.
always paid your bills in the past. Here you are." Well, they don't even do that anymore. You have to have a really stellar reputation with the bank in order for them to pass that money to you. But
Kino
yeah,
Boy.
that's more. That's 3 times risk. Zachariah, right?
Yeah,
Zach.
exactly
Than
right.
than what you needed to do, and you should have gone in really slowly with a small investment, maybe your initial investor or your money from family, and started small, 1 or 2 books. Sounds like you were trying to start an entire company, and you went like a bull charging headfirst into a wall.
Yeah, he's got 75K. You could have. I mean, if you would have leveraged that money right, you could have did something big. But 75K gone. You don't have any book to show for it right now. No books. He has nothing.
If I had 75K, I would have 3 products. I would get a reputation with enough retailers or with Diamond or with a couple of secondary distributors or whoever that I knew I was going to recoup the investment on those 3 books. And you're probably spending 20, maybe 25 on the 3 products, I would imagine, especially if you can gang ship them and gang print them. It's safety in numbers, and have started incredibly small and worked up. It sounded like you went out and gathered as much money together as you possibly could, and then you said, "Okay, I'm making a comic company." And then, without really knowing the nuts and bolts of making a comic company, all of the big guys, most of the big guys, have started incredibly small. Dark Horse started printing 3 or 4 little black and white books every other month and built themselves up from there. IDW did the same thing. They started out with just a couple of products, and I don't even think they were that licensed. I think that it took them quite a few months before they even picked up their first license. And they've still dug themselves into a big hole that they're never going to climb out of. But that's IDW. Anyway, be careful and research.
Kino Subway says, "Hell, everyone! Hello, hell!
Hail.
And it says, come hope everyone's morning is doing well. It is.
It is.
I'm doing well so far. I haven't listen, I haven't engaged with the family yet, so I don't know.
Family's still sleeping in.
I literally woke up, sat down, have not engaged. I seen the kid. I'm peripheral. I don't know what else is going on. So the day may go south real quick once the show is over.
It might go south. It might go south at any moment.
Yeah. Scott says, if you're mortgaging your house, they only care if your house has enough equity.
And that's because the bank's going to make their money back regardless. If you don't pay them, they got your house.
I got a question from Facebook. I guess it's not. It should be put on Facebook. But question. I guess maybe you and Scott can answer this too. Could the guy put up his? Well, no, he doesn't have any. Well, could he put the IPs up for repayment? No, there's no money in the IPs though. There's no. Yeah.
There's no equity in IPs until the IPs have generated capital.
Yeah.
And once the IPs start generating capital, you probably won't need to go out and beg for additional money.
Pop says money does not buy fans.
Never
money,
does.
and money does not buy love, but you'd be surprised how easy it is to rent. So Scott says, I'm starting my new company, Bardstone Publishing, and about to launch my first book. I spent about $3,000 out of pocket. Issue number 1 of Crimson Shadows is almost completed, and about to launch a Kickstarter for it next week, with the book currently 80% complete.
There you go.
Now that's how.
That Scott's been in the market for a while. He's done his research. He knows how to start slow and build up from there. He's not gathering a whole lot of money together just to start a big company or going out and buying or renting offices in large office spaces.
Be quiet, Randy.
Looking at the cost of door hangers.
You were looking. I gave you gold for door hangers.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
John says crowdfund your comic. Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
don't need a lot of money. In fact, I might crowdfund a comic company. See how that goes.
Yeah, you could try that. That could work.
With the first book. Hey, I'll tell you what I'm going to do with anything that we go over the minimum. I'm starting a comic company. Here we go. We're going to do, we've got a couple of other things lined up, and this is what's going to happen. But it's still starting small.
We have angry radio comment from Tad from Australia.
Awesome.
Good morning, Michael. Michael Holden in the house.
If I had been living in Australia the last couple of years, depending upon where you're at, I might not be happy either.
And
we love our Australian listeners, though.
He says he's very upset. He says that you American, any comment that begins with you American,
it's always it's us against them, right?
Yeah.
That's the way it is.
Yeah.
That's what we have, I guess, when you have an overbearing country. Anyway, don't get me started. Go ahead. I'm getting IRS on my door tomorrow.
That's the practice is going to message you. That's what's going to happen.
That's okay. I have an account.
Scott Zambelli says, "Great show, guys. Got to spend. See you later, Scott. Have a good day, sir."
Scott, and remember, we're always archived on the YouTube channel. So
yeah,
if you have to leave halfway through this program, and granted, we do get long-winded quite often, you can always go back and finish the program off on YouTube on the YouTube channel.
And we got good.
Indie Volt Radio reruns the shows every once in a while.
Yep. In fact, the Breakfast Buzz is going to be starting on Indie Volt every morning at 9, even if we're not on.
No matter where you are.
Yeah. So,
no, just kidding. Just kidding.
So yeah, Scott, we're going to get you on.
Just reloops. No,
we want to get you on and talk about Bardstone too.
Absolutely, Scott. It's good to know you're listening. Thank you.
Randy.
Tad.
Yeah, Tad says that you Americans. You American comic creators.
Are we ass men again?
No, we're not ass men. No, ass boys. You're not ass boys.
Ass boys? Is that what he's... No, it was ass men, right?
No, it was ass boys.
Damn it. I trademarked the wrong name. Blast it. I'm going to have to go back now. Anyway, sorry, Ted. Go ahead.
Yeah. Tad says that we're idiots. Basically, he says that...
John Byrne lined up for a cover, too. Anyway, never mind.
He says that... He's pitched his ability to. He's a game developer. He's pitched
overhand or underhand.
He's pitched his ability to make quality independent games based on our properties, and no one take him up on the offer, except people who want to pay him peanuts. He needs about $3,000 down to start. He needs to, get art for the game, pixel art, and that type of thing done.
Sure.
And everyone is trying to pay him peanuts to get it done. He's upset about that.
Okay.
Okay. So let me tackle this one first, Tad. Let me do this one, and then you can.
You need my soapbox here. I got it.
Okay.
Let me move it over to you.
Game development, I understand. I've got a friend in game development. The guy's hair is gray now. Okay, he's gone gray. He's a young guy. They say black don't crack, but he looks bad.
It goes gray. It goes gray real quick.
Yeah. Okay. He is. Me and him talk a lot because he is up at ridiculous hours watching a screen, watching stuff render. Game development, guys. If you don't know this, it's almost it's pretty much like making a comic. Is a lot of time you're spending with that, and especially if it's not a property that's yours. It's and then you gotta have approvals from these all these creators. It can get pretty bad. Here's the thing. On in defense of the people, Tad, the comic creators, when you go to someone and say, "Hey, I need $3,000,000," just to start, and I'm in Australia, and you're in the U.S., that makes a lot of people wonder. Okay, even if you have a glorious track record, it makes a lot of people say, I don't know. Tad, might I suggest this? And this is this: do a project.
You're rubbing your forehead like
Yeah. Do a project. Do something for yourself. Okay, make it as good as you possibly can. Put that out there. See how that works. Let people inquire to you about getting something done for themselves.
I'm
based on
assuming
what you've already put out.
you might want to assume that he already knows and he's got a test reel that he's been sending around to people.
Oh yeah. But I'm just saying, like, if you can get buzz started elsewhere, like let's just say he made a Spank the Monkey game.
Okay.
Let's say you made a Spank the Monkey game and you put it out, Randy, and you were really promoting it, and people were playing it.
I already have the Mario music in my head, and I can see him pixelated walking along.
It would be there, and people would see it.
Punching editors in the face. That would be great.
and
do.
And they could see that it works, and they would they would call him, and they would ask him to do. They would call on him, and they would ask him to make their game for him.
Yeah.
If you're just going to someone with a test reel and saying, "Hey, send me $3,000,000 to start the project," and that's the start. That's not the finish.
Mm-hmm.
You're asking a lot of these creators for a big investment. Some of which, I'll be honest with you, Tad, aren't going to be able. I mean, they can put. What's that, Randy?
I'm just quietly waiting. It's like, have you looked at any of the quarterly statements of some of these companies lately? You call and you ask them for $3,000, and they look at your email and they go, somebody wants $3,000. Anybody around here got $3,000? Nobody around here's got $3,000.
But you ask
what is it?
somebody,
IDW is constantly 19 mil in the hole.
you ask someone to put in
something
like
just constant.
$3,000 to start, and now they need, and I mean, you might need an additional $5,000 to finish. Now, Randy, go ahead. You can weigh in on this.
No,
one.
you did a lot. Yeah. Keep going. You're fine. Okay. Obviously, you're distracted. I'll say asking for $3,000 for a game in Australia from the Americans. You might want to start looking at local Australian companies and start in a smaller region, a more reachable region. Anytime that I've dealt with a printing or publishing company that's been out of the country because of the legal system, 9 times out of 10 I've been burned. And I'm not saying that you would do that, Ted, at all. I'm just saying that the people that have come before you don't necessarily have the same code of ethics. So if you're asking an American company, hey, send me $3,000, I'll send you a game, or I'll start working on your game, that's not quite going to work.
And maybe
your expectations are too high. If you were Games Master Ted from Games Master Incorporated, and Games Master had done a ton of games, like Assassin's Creed level quality games,
yep,
and you approach these companies and said, hey, for $3,000 I can do this for you, you'd still would have to get past that hurdle of people going, yeah, right, $3,000 you'll give me a game. That's because anybody who knows, like what Varian was saying, how much time, energy, and effort goes into actually doing a video game, would know your asking price is probably incredibly low.
Yeah.
But they're still not going to pay it because they can get they can likely walk over to a institute of technology, or have a kid walk off the street tomorrow that they could almost do it for the exposure. You know,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
really fighting an uphill battle, especially with trying to get somebody here in the states to work with you. You're going to have to build up a reputation before you can expect that to happen. And to the point where you're probably gonna have to take a couple of risks by doing like a smaller example, like
Mhm.
what Varian was saying.
It could.
Not even taking their characters.
Mhm.
Your test reel has really got to be killer.
And Tad, let me give you one more piece of advice. Here's what you do, Tad. Tad, this is free advice from Indie Volt.
There's
Hop
always
on.
free advice from Indie Volt. What are you
And
talking
Ralph,
about?
good morning, by the way. Um, Tad, hop on Indiegogo, hop on Kickstarter, find some of the highest rated comics right now, highest, and quickly make a game and send it to that person. It's a sample. It's a sample.
No, no, because that's a lot of work. You need to build up a rep locally and
Well,
get the
he could do
local people to
he
pay
could do
for it.
that, but if he did that and just made a quick game, hey, look what I did for your game. Not Cyberfrog because he's got a game already, but another property, and that person says, "Oh man, you know what? This is real cool. Look, guys, look what this guy did." They might not hire you to make a game, but you just put eyes on your product and eyes on your brand.
Hmm.
If you can do that and you have the time to do it, I would do that. But like Randy said, start locally, start small, reaching out across to us over here. While it's commendable, people are going to get nervous about that. I'm not
You,
giving that guy any money. He's not going to
you
give me a game.
you also might think about taking your talents and applying it in other fields other than games.
Yeah.
Somebody needs a 30-second reel for their kick or for their crowdfunding campaign. Hey, buddy, I can set this up. I can move this. I can motion this, and let me do that for you, and kick my logo at the end of it.
Mhm.
Or something easier. And I don't ever want you to think that we want you to work for free, but sometimes you have to build, and it takes time to build that reputation up before you can ask. Plus, a lot of us crowdfunding folk who have IPs are we're crowdfunding just to get the print run up, and we're hoping that we'll get a little bit extra on the crowdfunding to make for our time and whatever small profit that we can generate.
Yeah.
It's not like folks here, especially in the comic market here in the states. In the states, where if you know American comic book history at all, the comic artist and creator for years and years was always the last person on the totem pole, especially the corporate ladder. 9 times out of 10, they were treated as cogs in a larger machine, and we were barely paid anything for what we did. A lot of what we do is solely for the love of it. Look at how long, and please go back and look at the history. Look at how long it took Jack Kirby, who is the American superhero comic master, to how long it took Jack just to be able to generate a mill, you know. And most of the time, especially during the 60s, when he was kicking out all this great Fantastic Four and Thor material, he was doing it for such a small page rate that he had to do 2 books a month in order to afford his house in California. So it's not like we've got a lot of money, especially our not just from where we're from, uh, uh, might give you that mindset, but in the industry that we're in, comics are really incredibly low class here in the States and have been for years. They haven't been looked at as an art form until the superhero movies come out about 10 years ago. And even now, it's still an uphill battle. What do you do for a living? Well, I draw pictures. What kind of pictures? I do comics. You do comics? You do anything I've seen on the movies? You know, that's the way it works. And these guys, a lot of us don't have 3 grand that we can just send you.
Yeah.
It's that simple. It's that simple.
Brian Lung says, "Good morning, comic lovers. Good
Good morning,
morning,
Brian.
Brian." Says it was sad to hear about Dave Music passing away. John Dithering says late, and then Ralph says most indie creators 3K is a large investment for a gambling game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, you do that, and you've got to figure out if I mean, some of us don't have the. Some you reach out to. I don't know if I have I don't know if I have a
And I,
large enough fan
and,
base to.
and especially right now, even the secondary mainstream companies who
Mhm.
haven't been paid from Diamond or are getting paid in small chunks, they don't have $3,000 to
Yeah,
spare you.
I don't know
They
if I have
definitely
a
don't.
large enough fan base I mean, remember the key in there is 3 grand to start.
Hmm.
Doesn't mean it's going to be 3 grand when it's finished. You may owe another 6 7 grand. So it depends. I mean, you would work with a budget. Obviously, you would say, okay, I'm going to give you 3 grand to start, and I'm not. This project is not to exceed 10.
Yeah.
Almost at 10 million.
What
This
what
project
you
isn't to
might what
exceed.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say.
I almost said 10 million, but like
Yeah.
this project isn't to exceed 10,000 or whatever. That's fine. But as long as he's willing to work on those parameters. But do you have a large enough fan base um to justify that type of investment?
Ted, what you might have to do is talk to
Tad,
somebody who's got, huh?
Tad,
Ted. Did I
Tad,
say Ted?
TAD.
Did I say Ted? I
Yeah.
meant Ted. Ted. Ted, what you might have to do is get a hold of somebody who's got a major recognizable IP and work with them on kind of a licensing arrangement, design your own game, and crowdfund it yourself in order to get it out to the viewers. Are we showing off our keyboard for a reason?
It's programmed to your voice.
It's programmed to my voice.
Yeah. So whenever you talk, the keys light up.
Oh, I see it. All right, there you go. But you're gonna have to be as creative as your game designing in order to get some capital. I'm afraid, because that's just business in general. So I would suggest getting a hold of somebody who will allow you to use their IP, create the game, and crowdfund it yourself, and give them a percentage,
Mhm.
and then keep the rest of it for yourself. Because there are people who own IPs out there that would be, happy to do that for you, because then there's no expenses off of their back, and more of that physical financial responsibility is on you and your efforts. So
Yeah.
that just a suggestion.
And I think that's good advice, Tad. We hope it goes one. We hope you figure this out, and we hope it. Some of the advice we're giving can help you.
Yeah,
Uh,
but keep in mind the American comic book artist is not like an Australian comic book artist, because an Australian comic book artist is looked at as an artist, as an actual artist who does a trade and has a skill. You get out of the states, a little bit Mexico, Canada's even got a better indie comics. I won't say reputation, reflection. The way that they look at their indie creators in Canada is immensely bigger and better than what they look at indie creators here in the States. So,
yeah,
and best of luck to you. I hope you are a killer game designer, and we have helped you in whatever way possible.
yeah,
Best
and
of luck to you.
yeah. Good luck with that. And game designing is very hard. So I'm not gonna. I'm
Just like doing an independent comic. I mean, only it probably takes a heck of a lot more time and a lot more grinding,
and Tad, make a reel.
rendering.
Make a reel. Make a quick, 20, 30-second reel. Send it over to me. I'll run it on Indie Vault sometime.
And you know what? You get an IP, a comic that you want to do a game on, and you do a campaign. We'll be real happy to have you on and show off your reel
Yeah.
and talk to you here on the air to our worldwide audience, which we're incredibly lucky to have. What's our radio number?
18,904.
18,000. Just figure if 10% of that were actually people buying into the campaigns.
Yeah.
You know, we have a lot of visibility here, a lot more than what a lot of other people who do these kind of podcasts get. And we'd be really happy to help you out just because you're a listener.
The radio numbers are very high. The Indie Vault radio numbers are really high.
We appreciate everybody listening.
Jesse Orlando Burr says, "Why is it so different here in the States?"
Again, I'm. You go back and you look at comic history and how comics have been treated here in the States. Over in, I know Jesse loves anime and manga. Over there, they are high artists, and they are given the respect, quite frankly, they deserve for doing incredible entertainment. Where here, because of the way comics were developed here in the States, they were always secondary literature. And if you go on I'm gonna plug my channel for once. You go over on the Zim Geek channel and you look at the video that I did quite a while ago about our comics kitty trash. It kind of has the origins of the comic book really quick. Comics here in the States have always been looked down upon as secondary entertainment. The guys who couldn't get a syndicated comic strip in the newspaper, if they were lucky enough to convince a comic book publisher to take their stuff, they'd take the comic strips that they had done and chop them down into comic pages. That's how Superman started. Mm-hmm. Believe it or not, probably the biggest superhero icon in the world, was originally pushed around or solicited around as a newspaper strip that didn't make it. Nobody took it. Everybody rejected it. And because Bill Gaines was looking for original material, and these guys had some stuff that was just crazy at the time, the guy said, well, we'll take a chance on you. We'll give you $130 or whatever, and I'll take the stories that you have done that you were trying to get syndicated in newspapers. And the syndicated newspaper artists were treated like superstars at that time. And we'll chop it up and throw it on a page, and we'll throw it on the stand and see if maybe it sells. But comics have always been looked down upon. And then you add on top of that in the 50s, when you had such a calling out and people pointing fingers at juvenile delinquency and blaming comics, just like they were blaming rock and roll, for degenerating the youth's minds, and the infusion of the Comic Code Authority, which literally dumbed down the entire industry for a decade and a half, really. That was a constant problem. There's a stigma here in the States, especially in the States, around comics as being kiddie literature. And it's taken us up until probably Dark Knight and Watchmen and Mouse from Art Spiegelman, in order for it to even be looked at as a communication form of communication, as opposed to just mind-rotting kiddie literature. So the American comic artist has always been looked down upon and treated as and writer. Anybody who works in comics in America has always been looked down upon as a lower form of publishing, if not the lowest form of publishing. So hope that answered your question, Jesse. Sorry.
I think that's
sorry if that was long-winded.
No, it's fine. I think that you made a good point there, and that's why we can't get no respect. Just a little.
No, Roger Dangerfield gets more respect than we do.
I do have a question, and I think this question deserves a graphic. So I was going to try to make a graphic real quick.
Hang on,
but
I might have a graphic for it. Is it this graphic?
It could be. Should I make it, or should I just read it for you?
Could it be this graphic? No. Could it be this graphic?
Well, if you can't see the graphics, it's because we have. If you hop over to iNDIE on YouTube, you can see the graphics. You can see our lovely faces, and you can see all the funny graphics that we make. And when Randy,
then you can run.
Yeah, if Randy makes the references that we just start laughing, and you don't know why, you can see what they are.
So don't come back. We need. Oh, funny. Who did that up? That's new. Is it this?
You're not a dish. You're a man.
Well, no. I'll read it to you guys.
Okay.
I'm pissed AF, which is,
Yeah, that's all right. We're TVMA DLSV.
I paid $8 for shipping of a comic.
God damn it.
And this is shipping only. It's not the price of the book.
And it barely went 3 miles.
And this creator sent it media mail for $3. Mm-hmm. He stole my money, and I'm getting my money back by listing it as fraud on my credit card.
We're still on stealing solo, aren't we? Anyway.
Okay. Look. And that is from. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to go into my email here and pull that.
One. Did the product get to you unharmed? That's the first big question. Did the product get to you unharmed?
I'm sure it did.
Is it still in? I hate to say it because I hate this part of the market. Is it still in slabbable condition? Okay. 2, you also have to keep in mind that if they send it to you media mail, they probably send it in a Gemini mailer, which cost what, $1?
Yep.
They also had to pack it. They had to label it. Blah 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 blah. That person, even though Media Mail itself said it was $3 for it to get from point A to point B, that's just the money that the USPS is getting in order to take that package from the producer's hand and stick it, jam it, toss it in your mailbox. That is not the complete shipping cost. That's why you see a lot of these companies have the term shipping and handling,
That's right.
because there's usually so much more cost that goes into handling, making the packaging in order to ship it to you, getting it to the post office, making the label, blah blah blah, than what USPS is going to charge from getting it from point A to point B. Sending it Media Mail, quite honestly, to me for $8, depending upon the size of the book, if it was a regular comic or a graphic novel, the person who produced that book probably barely, if that, broke even on the shipping. So in my mind, that's not really fraud. As long as you got it and you got it in a decent condition, the $3 again is just what the U.S. Postal Service is making off of it. The producer, spent all that time to package it and label it and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
On top of that,
Yeah,
that's got to be worth something.
I want to say again, Gemini mailers, when you break down the price of them, depending on how many you order, but even then, I mean, it's like me. I think with what I ordered, I probably paid 90 cents to $1 as I look over to the corner for the Gemini mailers.
That doesn't count the bag and board that he probably put
right,
in.
right.
Put it
Doesn't
in
count the
Gemini
bag
Mail.
and boarding. Does not count the ink. Let me tell you something. When you're printing labels on these, I got 2 Epson printers right now, and when you're printing labels, you're lucky if you get. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm lucky if I get 120 sheets.
Now, if he sent it to you Media Mail without a Gemini mailer, just by licking a sticker and slapping it on the back of your comic, and
Yeah.
sent it to you, then yeah, that might be a little fraudulent.
Yeah, no, but like I mean, again, media mail. There's nothing wrong with it. If you, I mean, it is
No.
to send books, and I've sent stuff media mail. And look, I'll be honest with you. I'll tell you guys something you might not know. I did not like media mail at first. I thought, oh man, that's messed up because what I hear is slow.
Mm-hmm.
And then I decided to use it once,
Mm-hmm.
and there were 2 nerve-wracking days there where I didn't receive any type of um I didn't receive any type of notice on the book. No, they didn't tell me where it was at. The tracking wasn't being updated, and I was freaking out. And then, but I decided to give it a couple days. I'll give it 2 days and see what happens. And then I click on it, and it's delivered. And
Yeah.
and it tells you like, oh, it could take up to 9 days to get where it's going.
Has this been within the last couple months?
This has been within the last 2 weeks.
Okay, because everything right now is concocted.
Yeah.
That's my expression. The mail doesn't run right. The shipping doesn't run right. Even UPS and FedEx aren't running as efficiently as they should, because they could have somebody come up with a positive C-19 test and they're gone for 2 weeks. Or they could be holding up packages, which I had a package sent to me from Alterna that it had taken a month to get to me, where before it was 3 days.
Yeah.
So you never know where there's going to be a plug in the hole or in the system.
Yeah.
That the book's going to be held up for a couple of days, or their bookkeeping is held up for a couple of days, or their even though it's electronic and should be instantaneous, since they should have a barcode that they just zap. Even that might take a while if they have a system failure and their IT guy is off for 2 weeks because he had a positive test.
All right. I got
There's any of a number of things that could hold that up.
I got a book to Gardner, Massachusetts, in 4 days of media mail.
Mm-hmm. And that's probably good. Good
Yeah,
travel,
yeah,
considering that Massachusetts and New York and Pennsylvania were having trouble with their C-19 stuff. They were all locked down, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, and it was weird because I got um, that's funny. Sorry, yeah, I got that's sorry, I just seen it. Status and practices.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah,
Did you hear the bell go off?
yeah, yeah. And I
I'm
checked it. That was
I'm yeah, I'm getting an angry note. So that answer would be, hang on. Okay, sounds good. No more bad talking about the USPS.
yeah,
Okay. Oh, wait a minute. And ooh, there was one.
yeah. Okay.
What the fuck, dude? Oh, Jesus, we're gonna have to talk to him later. Anyway,
um, I
anyway,
do think that if you're, I got a book going out now. It's just going across town, and I'm sending a media mail. It
perfect.
actually is going to cost me more because of the weight of the package.
Here's the book you ordered.
Yeah, yeah,
Have a nice. And Grant, last call comic. Here's the book you ordered. Have a nice day.
yeah. I could have drove it there. Hand
And then they'd
delivery.
have really been mad. I paid $5 for shipping, and you dropped it off. Well, I
Yeah.
could have lifted it. It would have cost me 15. But anyway.
um, it is one of those things where I'm paying more because it actually the package weighs more because it's a bigger order than what the order going to Gardner was. But this is going across town, and so I think that when people use like you gotta think that ink is expensive. It's unicorn blood. Um, paper, but
If it's
printing
an
weight.
HP printer, that's probably what it is, too.
No, I got Epson's. Yeah, and they're
Just as bad.
yeah. Also keep in mind this when you
I got
use
I got
stamps
little rinky-dink cartridges that cost me $50 a hit.
when you use stamps, yeah, mine are pretty expensive. I just do away a bunch of boxes. When you use stamps.com, there's a monthly charge for stamps.com.
And there will be now, as
Yeah,
we're going to pick them up as a sponsor. Stamps.com, everybody.
yeah, there's a monthly charge, and on top of that,
We need to send them an invoice.
yeah, there's so there's printing, there's the boxes, there's
Gemini
driving,
mailer too. We need to
yeah,
send them.
Gemini mailer.
Need to send them an invoice. Everybody's going. I'm working on my campaign.
Yep.
Gemini mailers. Got to order them. Okay.
We're gonna we're gonna have to get them as a sponsor of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, so keep that in mind, guys. I mean, I pay for the scale. I know when people come to the house and they see the scale sitting on my desk, they probably think that there's some other type of business going on here. But this is for packages, and it does the weighting for me automatically. So I keep it right here on my desk. Whenever I get an order, I put the Gemini. I make the order up, set the Gemini mailer on there, weigh it if it can go on the Gemini mailer. Sometimes I have to use other boxes. Another cool thing about those programs, because there's another one besides stamps that you can request a postman to come by your house the next day and pick the package up. So you don't have to go to the mailbox. It's that easy. Sweet.
Yeah.
But yeah, try that out. Now, Randy, we come to the part of the show.
I'm still listening. I'm just going to stand up.
Well, I have to complain. I have grievances.
You have grievances?
I
Awesome.
have grievances.
Did you fill out the proper form?
Yeah, I did. I submitted the form. I've yet to hear back from standards and practices. I was
Well, they seem pretty fast on that USPS remark. Anyway.
I was I noticed that a couple weeks ago we had a question about live stream etiquette. And the person reached out and they said, "Well, I don't think you answered my question correctly."
What?
Um,
Okay.
and they explained to me how they intended for the question to
Did we
be
read
read.
it? We read it wrong? Wrong inflection, or
Yeah, wrong. And so
we took something else that they said, and it wasn't really the intent of his.
right.
of
It was
their,
outside the scope of his
or
question.
her. Yeah. Okay.
And he was talking about live streaming etiquette in the cases of how we come across, not just how we come across, but how professional we are who are on stream. Now, here's the thing: we don't, everyone's at home now. Um, and some of us have always been at home.
Oh, I
Some-
think I remember the question now. They were talking about why we're filming in basements and doing everything's lousy and
yeah,
slipshod. And,
yeah. No, well, here's the thing, and then they explained to me they didn't mean like, oh, your background, you have to have a studio.
Mhm.
They meant etiquette while you're on. So they said you got people who are eating during live streams. You
Mhm.
got people who are walking around their home, carrying on conversations, watching TV.
Where
You
they're
know,
they're talking, holding their phone, and you see them up the nose shot with their paneling, their bad paneling, going by, and they're saying crazy, outlandish things and they're always turning a corner. It's like they do on those TV shows where they go, "What are we doing? We are walking and talking. Come on,
yeah.
we're walking and talking. We're walking
Um,
and talking. We're walking and talking."
he said that's what he means. He meant, that you got people who are sitting in the room with the radio on or loud talking next to them, and that type of thing. You come across as, you're not giving the platform respect. You're not giving your host respect. Um, okay, so if we
Does
look at it
this
from
does
that,
this does this platform have a level of respect?
yeah, it's like this is indie Vault, sir. We,
We're
um,
we're working in comics, son. Does this platform have any respect at all? Anyway,
um, here's the thing. I understand what he's saying, and
yeah.
I want to reach. I want to say thank you for explaining that to us, and it was explained to us very nice. We weren't called Mooncast, Ass Boys, um,
Ass men,
Assman. We weren't called anything.
trademark, ass men, trademark, Zim. Anyway,
We were either said,
why men? I think we were talking about that the other day.
yeah,
Why
um,
men?
yeah. Uh, Rob says, "Am I clown? Am I here to entertain you? Oh, I guess I am." um,
I honestly, I think that's part, especially of our program, of the variety of great guests that we have on, and the vastly varying quality of guests that we have on. That that Varian just they ask, Varian says, "Yeah, okay," and we never know. Somebody's equipment might be faulty. Somebody might do an up the nose and look at my ceiling shot, or that big echo over and over again. Somebody in a echo chamber or talking through a cup or who
no,
knows what.
so you're used to seeing me
You
from.
never know what to expect on this show, and God bless us for doing it.
And if you go back and look at classic Indie Vault, there's a point where I had my camera on top of my computer, looking down at me, and I had I had a different mic, I had a different setup, and it was now people have gotten used to looking at me from this way, where I'm constantly looking at the screen, and I very rarely turn toward the camera here.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think guys, if
Oh, standards and practices again. Anyway,
yeah, go talk about old Indie Vault. Um,
we can
and,
talk. We'll just mention that we're archived on uh, YouTube. If you really want to see some sloppy crap, just go back a year, and start looking at us. We're actually a lot more polished now than what we used to be.
oh
And
yeah.
yeah, I've eaten on the air before because I get hungry. Or I do a lot of drinking. I have a couple of different cups, like my Tigger cup here, that has coffee, or my other cup that has a cold drink because my throat gets dry real fast. And the last thing you want me to do is be coughing, you know, off to the side constantly, and have everybody going, "Wow, is Randy okay? Holy crap. Does he have that C whatever that beer bug? That's what they're calling it now. Does he have that beer bug?
Yeah, they're gonna have to
Yeah.
rebrand, by the way.
Huh?
They're gonna have to rebrand, by the way.
No, they'll bounce. I think they'll be fine.
Um,
It's just the Corona with the ventilator, or the Corona with lime. That's it.
there's
One you drink and one you stink.
they have a but I will say this. I mean, we
And
try to
I don't mean that to sound as light as it. I'm sure it just came out. So.
we have a when someone comes on the show and you like you look at NS, she has a very picturesque background.
I posted what Comic Book Advocates just posted, but it was funny, Rob. That was funny.
I'll post it. I'll post it. He says, "Bring back Nick Gibson. I want to see how that goes." Well, we couldn't get a word in if we brought Nick back, so it'd be impossible to say anything. Some indie creators are at home and shit happens sometimes at home. That is true.
It does. And the coolest thing right now, if you get up on YouTube and look under recent news bloopers, absolutely hilarious.
Yes, right.
While they're talking, and suddenly there's a cat walk across in front of the camera with their ass stuck right in front of the camera. Just hilarious type stuff. Or kids come wandering in the even before the virus hit, they had a guy, an English dude at home talking about serious financial matters, and his baby comes in with the barely walker stroller, and then the nanny comes in on her hands and knees and just grabbing the kid and pulling him out of the room as fast as she can possibly get, and it's hilarious, but poor kid, you know, just bam, bam. Kid was probably laughing at being yanked around the way that it was.
Poor nanny.
Yeah, poor nanny.
Ralph says, and others need something to drink to keep on talking.
Yeah.
Randy.
Yeah.
And
Rod says, I've changed a shit diaper live on the air. Shit happens for reals. So yeah, this is daily life, and we're on for 2 hours. So you're going to have your little flubs and flaws. And quite honestly, whenever I'm on whenever I'm watching or listening to a podcast like that, and real life happens, that just adds to the transparency of the show.
Yeah.
So that's why, like here, where Varian and I are talking, this is how we actually are. And we talk for hours after the show, even though once we know we're off the air and away from standards and practices, it can get a little bit racier. But sometimes the after show is more interesting than the actual show itself. So
yeah.
I do think we have gotten a lot better in the last year and a half since we got started on.
Yeah.
I stutter a lot less and say a lot fewer times.
Not me. I'm just I just shut up a lot more now. I just want to let him have it, let him go.
Michael Oden says, haha, my son has literally climbed on my head during an interview.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things. Look, if you want some professionalism, you get it in the studio. Not to say we won't have a studio one day, but it's just you just have to do it. You just have to accept that things are going to happen. Plus, it adds. I think it adds to the charm. If someone is sitting there, I mean, my son has been lectured before.
So if we, on the air. If we have an actual studio, we might be able to do this.
The popcorn you're eating has been pissed in. Film at 11. No.
You never know.
Yeah, well, it's.
But in the meantime, you get this.
Everything's perfectly all right now. We're fine. We're all fine here now. Thank you. How are you?
That's what you get.
We're all fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine here. How are you?
We totally planned that. Yeah. But yeah. So I mean, in terms of quality, I mean, but no, there are some things you just shouldn't do. For instance, you shouldn't go on the show and then lie about your experience on the show afterwards.
No, you shouldn't go on the show and say things, boast about shit that you didn't do.
Yeah. That type of thing can get you. That type of thing. When your etiquette,
you shouldn't get your face up into the camera and say stuff. You should. And something that drives me crazy are people that have false personas that when they're on the air and they think that they're hot shit, or they put on a fake. Hey everybody, let's I'm doing this, or.
You know what?
You need to be relaxed. You need to be transparent. You need to talk to people, even if you have emphatic gestures.
I seen a stream, and they didn't know they were live. And one of the people, they looked like a bog witch before the show started.
A bog witch?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
They were like that.
Yeah.
And the minute they realized they were live, they. It's like what?
It's a lot of reporters. You'll see that could happen to you.
Whoa, you were totally. It's nobody who's ever been on any of our shows, but it was another live stream I was watching, and I'm like, whoa, like what? And then you come kind of across as like, well, Randy and I'll let you know we're tired. We're just.
You see me yawning, I'm tired.
It's another day at Indie Vault. Yeah. We're tired. We don't want to be here.
Yeah, when you're logy, you have low energy. Yeah.
We had a low energy stream before. Remember, we did a low energy stream.
We've both done drunk streams.
Yeah.
You've been a lot more drunk than I have, though.
So, yeah.
On the air. Yeah. You know, we've been here when we haven't wanted to be here. There's been something else going on, but unless it's absolutely, life and death, we're usually always here. And we're here at Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. and Thursday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
That's right. Rob says, I think people are missing on the indie spirit. This is indie. We are all doing it all at once. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like, things are going to happen. That spontaneity helps sometimes.
And if you want a more professional show, you might have to start paying us. And let us worry about demonetization. Give us those happy problems, and hopefully sitting here for hours doing nothing but reading super chats.
Yeah, no nannies,
and that takes more subscribers. So
no nannies, no press agents, no personal assistants. That is indie. Yeah, and I know when you do that, and I'll tell you what, guys, listen, I'll be the first person to get a personal assistant.
Make sure you hit that like button and that you subscribe to the Indie Volt channel.
Yeah.
So, and going back and listening to our old stuff just so you can point and laugh at us actually helps us.
Yeah.
So please do that.
You can go back before I had the coonskin cap.
You can go back before we were, as polished as we are now.
That's right. Imagine how bad.
And you can go back and see some of the silly, crazy guests that we used to have. So.
Yeah. Imagine how. Listen, guys, if this is better, imagine how bad it actually got.
Exactly. Yep. Every show is like a little time capsule, and hopefully we just keep getting a little better every time. So.
And again, guys, you definitely, when it comes to etiquette, yeah, I mean, there are some things if you can look, if you are outside during a pickup basketball game, okay, go in the house. No one wants to hear all the yelling and stuff. If you're not going to live from a concert, from the floor of the concert.
I try to do the majority of my hacking and sneezing off the air, so you'll see the mic mute, whatever, or stand up, because nobody wants to look at my artist hum.
Don't go on.
I'll shut the camera off before I stand up, just so you don't see how incredibly fat I am. Don't
go on a streaming live, because I mean, look, or you're there to promote yourself, but let the show do the promotion for you. Yeah. If you're constantly up there, hey, I did this and this, someone's gonna hit you with I will take shit that didn't happen for 5,000, Alex. I'm gonna hit you with that, and you're gonna be sad. Randy, is there any other news? Any other thing you want to talk about before we
close out? We're at an hour and a half.
Should
do you have any other questions? Did we address that last person's question correctly when he was talking about etiquette? And
what I was saying, I just think that etiquette is just, I believe that some of the stuff that he's asking for, or it's going to happen, especially because of the situation that we're going to be in for the next couple of months. A lot of working from home. Streaming has predominantly been done from home, I believe.
Oh, and I can guarantee you're always going to see a certain level of unprofessionalism from this program.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. So.
Yeah, professionalism. We're not gonna do that. I mean, no, we're not gonna.
But we get lucky every once in a while, and we have fantastic people on, like NS and John and John the Animator, people like that you can actually learn from. So
yeah.
That's all part of the service that we provide.
The service that we provide. So, Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I seen something.
What's our radio number?
Radio number right now is at 21,402.
21,000. We appreciate each and every one of you. Yeah. You're talking about no nannies, no press agents, no personal assistants. That is INDIE.
I'll be the first one to get an assistant. I'm telling you.
See a fan art Star Wars comic on Kickstarter.
Hurtful Randy.
What?
He said, he says hurtful Randy. He said something.
Hurtful?
But did you see the fan art Star Wars comic on Kickstarter? I did not.
You better look quick, because it might not be there for long. The cease and desists are flying, and sometimes, well, right now especially, I'm sure Kickstarter is looking to grab any type of percentage profit that they can possibly get their hands on.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's parody and they won't have the hardcore trouble. But obviously, from what you've said and from what we know, that corporations are starting to pay a lot more attention to crowdfunding campaigns. And if you're stepping on their trademarks, they're not going to be afraid to cease and desist you. And if you ignore that cease and desist, they are not going to be afraid to slam your ass. So there's certain people that you do not screw with. Certain movie studios, that the expression "you don't fuck with the mouse" is a long time and true tested one.
I was gonna
So
say,
take my advice on that. Don't even try it.
slam your ass has a different connotation than it used to, Randy. But now,
Oh, did I say that? Sorry.
but in regards to what you're saying they're going to do to you, it's accurate.
Yeah. Disney will see it for sure now. Indie Volt is worldwide. Yes.
Yeah,
There we go.
You just outed them, Rob. Yeah, there's a lot of that going around. A lot of people.
I did not mean that in a sexual context, but obviously you've turned it into one.
Getting your ass slammed.
It's your ass slammed.
Is that the indie devil? Has he?
Indeed.
Summoned?
Yeah.
Rob, are you there?
He's not there.
He's not there. He was popping in. We're good. So
I'm gonna mute my live stream.
Oh, okay. I think that that is important to understand, that you can't putting out certain things is going to get you in trouble. Johnny
Please don't. Yeah.
Johnny Segura had a situation. He's been on the show, friend of the show, and he had a situation that he had to actually. Nintendo did him the honor of pulling his live stream down.
Real quick, I
did
came
they?
in to give you the private chat comments. There's the link to the Star Wars thing. You have to see it. How Kickstarter has dropped the ball so badly on this could literally mean Kickstarter could get sued on this one.
Let's see. Let's take a look at it.
This one's bad. Travis Gibb gets credit for finding this gem. It is.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. I didn't mean to step on you, Rob.
No, it's fine. It literally mentions Star Wars. It's not hiding what it's doing.
Shall I play the video? No, it's probably got Star Wars music. Never mind.
No, don't chance it. Don't chance it. We might get
I'll
demonetized.
I'll mute and then listen to it right now, and I'll tell you if you can play it.
Okay.
We'll get tossed off of Facebook for sure.
Star Wars SW Fanverse. Is that what we're calling it now? Huh?
Right now we have the creator of Elysian Fields, right?
Yep.
Michael Oden.
Yep.
Hey, Michael, how's it going?
Welcome aboard,
All
sir.
right. Doing some prep work on the book right now. Looking over some things.
That looks like, oh wow, that looks a lot like Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Right there.
Jesus, this guy isn't even trying to. Oh man,
That's not going to be up there for long.
no.
You don't have
does he
don't have with the
at
mouse.
least
son.
have a thing that it's like a tribute book or something like that, so that way he's like, I recognize that I don't own the rights to any of these characters.
If you start at 123, you will avoid the music that will get you in trouble. And
Don't
the
even
creators
chance
are
it. Don't
actually
even-
talking about it.
They'll-
We can
they'll
watch
just
it off
hate
air.
us.
It is amazing. It is absolutely tone deaf to any laws that they're breaking.
Jesus.
Well, that just means they're about to get a hardcore education.
And I can't believe Kickstarter. Like, Kickstarter now supposedly vets these. Who was the one who was like, oh, this seems cool. Let's just let it go through. Like, someone's losing their job over this one.
Unless for some strange case they actually got permission, but I doubt that that's the case.
No, because they would have the legit branding. They don't have
okay.
the legit branding.
They got the SW slurred together. That's a trademark infringement right there.
Lucas used to give rights. I mean, they used to give permission. They used to before it was Disney.
But I mean, they're using Yoda in this. They're using like
They got Count Dooku in there too.
Yeah, they're using a ton of recognizable imagery.
the clones.
Yeah.
Even the dude that's hiding out in the clone outfit looks like what's his name? The bounty hunter dude from Clone Wars with the hat.
Oh, Bane.
Yeah.
Taz or something Bane.
And it's got the same gun. It probably is him.
Probably is.
My name is Cad Bane.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Cad Bane, yeah.
So
I would love to write a Star Wars story with Cad Bane, but I wouldn't want to do it like this.
Not like
The question.
I actually want to do it and have it be seen and enjoyed instead of having to worry every day if that cease and desist email's in my mailbox.
Kino Subway says, "Wow, not even hiding it. Disney will jump all over that. They found out about it. I'm sure."
How many backers does he have?
Let me see. Right now, is there any backers? Really?
18 backers have raised $1,300.
18 backers. Wow.
I'm backing it right now. On the case. Listen, take one backing it. Let me
I have back it for $1 to get that update. We're all being arrested.
It's a nice polished product. I just want to know why he thinks he can get away with it.
You know what this kind of makes me think of? Have you guys seen the I don't know if it's a GIF or what it is, of it's like a guy laying down on his bed with one of those old school toy lightsabers that like you press the button and the lightsaber comes out.
Yeah.
And he's got it right over his face, and then Palpatine comes on from Revenge of the Sith and he goes, "Do it," and then he releases it and it freaking hits him right in the mouth. That's what this is.
Yeah, I just wonder if they got permission. I mean,
they don't got permission. Variant, stop. You're
trying to do, let's be real here. Disney's not going to let some.
You're doing mental gymnastics here to make this okay.
It's faulty mental gymnastics.
Probably be fine because George Lucas allowed a lot of this stuff to happen. There were a lot of Star Wars fans,
but when Disney bought this, Disney made sure everyone knew. Stop touching what's not theirs, and they said that out. We're throwing your stuff out. You're no longer canon. We don't care. Everything is disavowed after, I believe, Empire Strikes. Oh no, the Return of the Jedi. After Return of the Jedi, anything was thrown out. Some of the earlier stuff is allowed because Lucas actually signed contracts.
Yeah.
If you listen, and he actually allowed some real stuff that's semi canon, but they don't even admit it's canon.
Yeah.
But I mean, let's just be honest here, guys. Artists are allowed to draw these things and get away with it. They are. It won't cancel your career. When you're a writer and you write something like this, you're canceled. You're done. Disney will never forget you and never hire you. They don't like when you put words in their characters' mouths.
Stay tuned for in further episodes of Indie Vault on the progress of Darth Krell Cometh.
And his lawsuit that's pending.
It's going to be going pretty quicketh.
I'm going to back it. Hope I get the comic just because I know it'll be a huge collector's item if it happens to slip through.
Good luck. Good luck. Because any printer will ask for, you sure you got trademarks for this, son? So.
I think you're right. Sitting at 1368 right now on this particular project.
And hit refresh. See if we've given it the Indie Volt bump at all.
We did.
Pump.
The Indie Vote bump. I'll tell you why you got the Indie Vote on that one, because I just backed it. You know why?
I backed it too.
If it comes out, I want a copy.
What did you get? Varian, what did you get?
I got the $25 package. The $20 package. It's I got
you get my name in the credit. Oh, I get my name in the credits. Oh, I definitely need that. I definitely need my name in the credits. That's worth it right there. Now, do I get the night cover or the daylight? I'm going to go the night cover.
I want my name to be I want my name to be in the comic. Disney! Exclamation points and question marks.
Make sure they got Variant Grant, not Indie Volt. Or, the legal will go, well, we're familiar with that company. We ain't buying that.
Yeah.
I'm going to put, for my credits page, I'm going to put indievolt.com. Send email to Rob Anderson at indievolt.com.
Subway, and it says, wow, not even hiding it. Disney will jump all over that if they find out about it, I'm sure.
We have to send it to Disney just to see what happens.
Just like,
Pop says, who are the 18 backers who think they will see it?
Well, I know 19.
No, there's 20 now.
He knows number 19 and 20, Pops. They're right here.
This is a car crash I'm happy to be part of.
Yeah, that's it. 20 backers, 14, 18. We are.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I want to push this on every program from now on just to see what's going to happen.
Wouldn't it be amazing to get them
really watch.
Get them like 20 grand, and
I would make sure the campaign exists first before you promote it on whatever program you're on. Let's see if that's actually up there. Up, it seems to be gone now.
That's what it'll be. Let's see if North Krell has survived
Just
today.
poof, gone. Yeah.
We do like a day-to-day thing.
As a
Like,
matter of fact, I'm gonna bookmark it because in like 2 days, if they get rid of it, it'll be like it never existed. It'll be
It's
like
been up there for a while too. They're on 42 days to go, so they probably started at 60. You think?
maybe Pop says, "Don't make me pledge too." Go ahead, Pops. Go ahead and pledge.
go ahead, get on there.
Everyone's pledging.
What's the goal? $5,000? I can't read it.
Let's
there.
make it big enough for that, so that Disney will literally have to pay attention.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, let's make Disney notice it.
It's all or nothing.
Just everyone.
$5,000. It's a $5,000 goal.
100K or something.
Mhm.
They're at 1418 of a $5,000 goal with 42 days to go. Everybody, it's Darth Krell, Krell cometh, a Star Wars fan comic miniseries.
Do you think
And everybody, remember the stretch goals are for legal fees, so please help me get to the stretch goal.
A dashing relic hunter and a force-sensitive Twi'lek.
It's got Yoda and Baby Yoda in it.
Twi'lek.
Oh my God, they're just trolling. They're
Uncover
trolling
a secret Sith revolt by a former master or Jedi master, long thought to be dead.
That's the dude from Clone Wars. I thought he looked familiar. That's the guy that I'm a huge Clone Wars fan. That's the guy. There's an episode where you have like these clones led by this
Krell?
this Jedi who's a bit of an ass, and you find out at the end that he's been working for Dooku and has intentionally been getting these clones killed.
Well,
that's him. I thought he looked familiar. I was like, man,
It should not be Darth Krell returneth.
the lawsuit cometh. That's what's.
The C&D cometh.
The return of the
Anytime.
lawyer.
Yeah.
The lawyer.
Return of the
The revenge of the mouse. That's what it's gonna be.
I can't do a proper Mickey Mouse voice, but it doesn't matter. What the fuck is this? Shut it down.
Clone lawsuits.
You get one, and you get one, and you get one. It's gonna order 66, all of us.
Yeah. I knew hopeless.
They're going to sue him for every one, not just the project.
episode 2, Attack of the Legal Team.
Yes, every person mentioned is going to be a separate lawsuit. Yoda, you get a lawsuit. You get a lawsuit. You get a lawsuit. How vicious would that be? Like if you sued him for every character instead of just the project? Oh my God!
You know, here's the thing. There was a rumor that Disney had actually leased those characters from
Lucasfilm. Yeah.
that they hadn't actually bought those characters.
Yeah.
Why they tried to kill them all. But imagine if that's the case and they can use that. No, we were leasing the character. So
The reason that rumor was around was because it would make the new Star Wars land make sense.
Yeah.
But they have since stated out in a couple of open interviews that no, they intentionally did Star Wars land like that on purpose. Not because they were saving money on leasing the characters or there was any type of leasing arrangement with Lucasfilm, but they wanted everybody to know the Disney characters over the old Star Wars characters.
That's dumb.
It's called shooting yourself in the head.
That's really stupid.
And that's
I hadn't even
It's like that
heard
kid with the lightsaber. Do it.
That's how you get the president to step down in disgrace. But I mean, they get
Oh
called.
no, the person coordinating the parks
Yeah,
was
she's the president.
fired first. Yeah,
I thought she stepped down. You know, you can't see the quotations. My camera sucks.
she was quickly removed.
Yeah,
That's what
good
it was.
idea. Here's your golden parachute. I want to screw up and get a golden parachute. How awesome would that be? I just get fired.
Iger stepped down.
No, he came back.
He
Yeah,
did.
he's back.
He came back, but he stepped down on purpose because the guy that replaced him was a real penny pincher SOB, and they saw the virus coming. Is what the word is. He stepped down long enough for the SOB guy in charge to go through and make all the hard financial decisions,
Well,
and
that's smart.
then had Iger come back in.
That's actually smart.
I want to tell you guys about my idea.
Man, that is so bad.
I'm
Oh,
I'm
They're gonna eat this.
I once a guy wrote me years ago and said, "Hey, I got a comic I want to do, and it was an X-Men comic. It was I'm telling you, it was the X-Men logo and everything. And I said, oh, I can't publish this. This is a Marvel property. Well, I want to do an X-Men story. I said, okay, you have to contact Marvel. And he's like, well, who do I contact at Marvel? I'm guessing their legal department. Let them know, maybe send
the answer is no one, because Marvel takes no unsolicited pitches.
Right. And then this is not, keep in mind, this is about 15, 16 years ago. And this guy could not understand copyright law. Like, well, I want to use these characters. That you can't use these characters without Marvel's permission. To that gentleman, I'm sorry.
But Variant, I go to Comic Cons and everyone's using these characters. Why can't I?
Shut up, Rob. You can. Apparently, I was mistaken. If you got permission, you definitely can use them. If you don't have permission, whoa. But these are the guys who are doing it.
Don't forget, Gilly writes comics.
I'll have to reach out to him and ask him.
Ask him to come on the show.
What are you doing, guys? I mean,
we should have him on.
Yeah.
What was your X-Men comic again? Does it have anything to do with New Warriors? Because I can't think if it does.
Listen, guys, I got this idea for this Batman book, this Elseworlds Batman book, where you find out that Alfred did it. Alfred had the Waynes killed. He was going to collect everything, and
that was already done.
I wrote.
I was about to say, I think that was already done, and it turns out that Alfred's also the Joker.
Yeah.
I wrote a script. This is years ago, and I gave it to a guy, a DC guy at Wizard World Chicago. This is back when they used to go, because I thought that was my ticket in, and I had never heard from him actually. Maybe they did take it. Like, this is a good idea. We're gonna do for this kid. I'm gonna take this kid's book. Fuck him. But it was
let's put that in the drawer and bring it out in about 5 years.
Yeah.
We don't know where the idea came from.
Yeah, it was a visit upon me one night while I was sleeping. But I thought it'd be cool to have Alfred be the person behind it. He hired Joe Chill and to kill the Waynes, and Joe was a drug addict, so he lost all the bullets. He only had 2 bullets in the gun, and he only had enough for Martha and Thomas, and he turned it on Bruce. Click, click, click. And it was easier to keep Bruce alive. He didn't have to worry about going through the court system. I remember reading the story too that Alfred was paying these people to be villains so Bruce could beat them up.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Subway says I heard from someone that Iger stepped down, but then later people found out that he was actually still involved and basically still doing the job behind the scenes or something. Yeah. I mean,
that'd be what Randy just said.
Mm-hmm.
He basically went on vacation for a week and said, "I'll be right back." Handle all this I don't want to get blamed for.
They knew that they were going to be hitting a financial speed bump, because anybody who was out there watching the news knew that the virus was going to end up affecting the world eventually. So Iger stepped down in enough time to bring in the true hardcore bean counter who wasn't afraid to tell people that they were no longer needed, at the company. And they went through and made all the necessary changes that they did. Now Iger's kind of back doing what he was always doing.
Now I got a question, you guys, for this particular product we got through.
Hopefully he came in. Hopefully, what's his face come in? The guy who runs Marvel now, all of Marvel Studios, Feige. Feige came in, took a look at the New Warriors, and just went, "You're kidding, right? You put this out there just to piss off the right, didn't you? Didn't you?"
As our English friend would say, "Are you trying to take a piss right now?"
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Stop it! Just stop it. Stop.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna start using a lot of English like comments around Indie Vote now. Are you taking a piss?
Dude, they've got some fun ones.
Yeah. Here's the thing: would this project be okay though if it was a not-for-profit project? No.
No, it the only way that I could see them doing it is if they had because they don't even I'm gonna take a closer look at the campaign right now, but they don't even have a statement saying that they don't own any of these characters. They just say that it's a fan comic, but
anytime money starts flying and you have somebody doing a product that they're already working, or that the main corporation has already got and is already working on, no.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a fan comic, guys. Not if you're charging money for it.
Yeah. They might have gotten magnanimous approval from somebody high up, Kennedy or who knows who, that said, "Yeah, go ahead and do it. Let's see what it looks like."
Kino Subway.
You never know.
That-
So there's nothing on this about
Other
them
than
not
that
owing.
fan bullet that's on there
Yeah.
that already takes the slurred SW, which I'm sure Disney owns the trademark for.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a, like, and it would be one thing if they did this on Webtoon, because like Webtoon actively has a whole like fan section of things like where people can do the things that Varian was talking about, where that guy was like, I want to do an X-Men book. Well, we can't pay you for it, but like you can go onto Webtoon if you've got someone that's willing to work for free, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's like my brother. He makes full-size Star Wars droids and rolls them around.
Yeah,
he knows he can't make any kind of profit off of that. Off of that droid, he can spend all the money he wants on it, and construct it. However, of course, they're all going to be film ready anyway. But he can't make any profit on it. Even for an appearance fee or having getting paid or the first minute Disney smells that there's any profit being made, anytime there's money changing hands that they can't control, you're done.
Well, Kino Subway says, "Oh no, that's where I recognize this book from. It's Gilbert Deltrez's comic. I see him post about it. He did Galactic Rodents of Mayhem and Deep Dark on Indiegogo. I hope this doesn't bite him in the butt, because Gilbert has always seemed like a nice fella. And I would like to. Maybe I'll reach out to Gilbert and ask him.
That's Gilly, the comic writer.
Yeah,
He's
can we get him on the
he's
show
not using
before he
Gilbert.
goes?
He's
And
calling
he's
himself
in the
Gilbert.
gag order. Sorry, Randy. We got to get him on the show immediately. If he's going to jail, we want to get him to say things before jail. So when they use this in court, we get a bigger audience.
I doubt, no one goes over copyright infringement. People go into receivership over copyright infringement.
Oh no, he'll go to jail. Like, this is so bad, they're going to put him in Disney jail.
yeah, that'll be it too.
Disney jail is the saddest place on earth.
He's the bartender at the what is it? The bar they have over there at the new Star Wars land in California.
The cantina?
Is it? Are they calling it the cantina? I thought they called it something else.
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Star Wars World or whatever.
Whatever.
The bar there.
Shall we send Scott Rosema a link this morning?
Sure, send Scott a link.
I don't have access to the. Oh yeah, I do. Here we go. All right, never mind.
Oh man, I want this for Christmas variant. I really want. I'm not a fan art person, but if they get this passed, I just want to be there when the CEO sees this book handed to him. I would want to be in the room so bad.
I will say this for the product though.
That guy to send it in.
Yeah.
Oh,
I will say this for the product though. The level of work on it is very comparable
Isn't
to
it?
Marvel's level of work.
It doesn't look great. It looks good.
no, it looks like a really good book, and
Yeah.
it's a shame because I feel like if he could have gotten in contact with like somebody like Dave Filoni, who is the guy that did the Clone Wars show, he'd probably be taking him to it.
I think you'd have probably gotten a.
Did you guys notice something?
Don't do it from Filoni.
Sorry, Randy.
Scott, I sent you a link. If you
did
want to
you
come in,
know-
you're welcome to come in.
Do you notice who's on the cover? Go back and look at who's on the cover for the Jedis.
It's Darth Krell, right?
No, look at the Jedi on the cover.
I'm going right now.
Can you capture it and
Here, I'll
scroll
screen
it?
share it right now.
Oh God, they've got Obi-Wan.
Yeah, they
Oh God, they've got Obi-Wan in his general armor from Clone Wars.
yeah,
Oh man,
yeah.
oh they are so fun.
Very
Love it.
share it. It is amazing.
Show it.
This is Christmas morning. It
Here,
really is.
I can share it.
Okay.
Boom. So I thought the kid down there looked familiar. Reaching out for whatever.
The kid kind of looks like the guy
Star
who
Wars
plays
game.
Lord
Looks
in
like
Agent
Ezra Bridger.
The Star Wars game guy, right?
Fallen Order.
Yeah, isn't that
Nah,
him?
that wouldn't make sense because Fallen Order takes place.
Oh, after. Yeah.
Pop says the mice talk back to you in the Disney jail. Always deserve. You should have did that shit. Should have did it.
The Darth Krell is going to be what's going to happen to him in Disney prison. That's what's going to happen.
You know, we joke about the Disney prison, but the Disney prison is actually putting you into receivership. Randy can tell you in detail about the Air Pirates funnies. That those guys took those Disney-owned characters.
There's a wonderful book out on just exactly how hard they were screwed.
Yeah, and Disney made them unhireable.
Yeah.
Disney.
By the way, speaking of Disney and cease and desist, did we ever find out what that? Remember, Varian, like it was one of the first shows I was on, and we got a thing where somebody had received a cease and desist from Disney, and they had one of like the big over 100K Indiegogo campaigns. Did we ever find out any more on that?
I have to check through my email. I'm not sure if he wrote back in after that because because
he said he was going to hit you back up with some more details.
There have been a couple of projects that have been hit with hard cease and desist
from different owners, but
That
was the first one that Disney ever reached out on. So that person must have been extremely close to. I think we determined they were extremely close to.
This thing gets big enough, Disney notices it, they'll send them one real quick.
Yeah.
I don't think
they told him that they were looking at doing something exactly the same as what he was doing.
Yeah. How many listeners are hearing this right now, Varian?
Right now, 23,000. 23,671.
Oh, that's enough for you to hear now. Now it's heard.
Yeah, it's oh man, I wouldn't.
Tomorrow, Kickstarter's gonna have the Disney logo on it. Now owned by kids.
Joining our program right now as soon as he gets connected.
He's got to connect his cameras.
He's got to connect your camera, bud.
Your mics.
Put it in the right holes.
Your mics.
Oh God.
I'll be right back, fellas. Go ahead, Randy. You're in charge while I'm gone. I'll be right back.
All right, we're gonna swap Varian for hopefully Mr. Scott Rosema here. There he is.
Hey,
Mr. Scott, how you doing,
Scott.
bud?
Good. How are you guys? How are you ne'er-do-wells?
Good. Did you see the campaign we were talking about?
Yeah, I caught a little bit of it. Catch me up a little bit.
Well, I don't have it handy. Rob, did you have it handy?
It's on the private chat if you want to take a look.
There you go, Randy.
There it goes. It's a fandom project. Darth Krell cometh.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they doing it just on their own?
Apparently. Yeah.
Oh my God. Now
But look at that artwork.
Oh boy. Well, the artwork isn't too terrible.
No, well, considering some of the stuff Marvel's kicked out, it's actually really good.
Yeah, that's true. But I can't help but think that of all the
there's Yoda and Lord not Sidious. Is that Sidious?
That's Dooku.
Dooku, yeah, Dooku.
Yeah,
I get the names mixed up.
It's no big deal. You've
Well,
got all
of all the minefields that I have seen over the years, I can't even begin to imagine how these guys are gonna survive walking through this.
I'd say this one's kind of pressure sensitive.
Oh my God.
You notice who's right there in that cover on the left-hand side on the Jedi?
Right here in front, yeah.
That's freaking Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Oh man.
Like they put him in as much stuff as possible to make sure that you didn't have like the likeness of Ewan McGregor up there. But like,
do they even comprehend the idea of breaking copyright? I mean, they can't possibly be ignorant of it, and I can't even begin to. I mean, you should probably be able to see their balls from space.
Not for long. Not
Either that or if stupidity can be seen.
Disney's about to come on with the proverbial needle to pop those balls and make them freaking gone.
Oh my God! Talk about being caught by the short hairs. And the thing is, I have to say that I want Varian to get an award for probably the funniest phrase I've heard yet in the last couple months or so. To say that Disney jail is the saddest place on earth. I about died when I heard that. I knew I had to come on in when I heard that. I was skipping around and I saw you guys and I thought, oh, I can't stay silent after that. That's just too good. I got to hop onto the caboose of that comedy train. That's too good. But now, who are the people that are
the Star Wars fanverse?
Really? So this is a group effort, I assume.
Yep, there's a whole creative team in there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The artist will probably be fine, but the writer and creators, well,
Oh no! Don't say that. No, Disney's going to lump them all into one big, huge.
Meet the creative team. Gilbert Delatrez, a self-published professional who has successfully crowdfunded 9 independent comic book projects. His latest work, Galactic Rodents of Mayhem, which has already been picked up by a publisher, is an anthropomorphic love letter to the 80s and 90s Saturday morning cartoons, centered around bounty hunter space chupacabras.
Wow.
Has his other completed works are The Deep Dark, Pistolera, Liar, and Under the Flesh. And they include a picture of him pointing at Baby Yoda, all happy.
Eric says, expanding the expanded universe.
Ronald Christian, a diehard comic book fan and burgeoning creator, his debut comic Paragon Prime looks to reconstruct the iconic superhero tale of old into a modern day retelling in awesome upstart fashion.
Okay, so here's a lot of legal stuff that they just stepped in and admitted they're breaking the law in their risks and challenge section. And they forgot to put the biggest risk is that they're all going to lose their careers by going against Disney this way. It says Gilbert Delatrez prides himself on being a showrunner for the comic books projects he puts together. This is not a rinky-dink attempt at creating comics. This Star Wars fan fiction project, although completely unofficial, that is actionable, guys. In a courtroom, that is officially actionable.
Yep.
He's now lost his case immediately.
Which means he didn't get any type of permission whatsoever.
So he is.
Randy, can you scroll back to the photos of those guys?
I'm not in control of the actual image there.
Okay, now that wonderful photo of this guy and what probably is his son or maybe a fan or something.
Mm-hmm.
Is that his son or his kid?
No idea.
Probably.
Okay.
But it's the last photo we're going to see of him.
I was going to say, if he is, he should be saying goodbye to his dad because that shirt's going to get stripes put on it, and this guy's going to be wearing some kind of an ankle.
Oh, no. It won't be that bad. They'll just be slammed for the rest of their life, and, and any money that they make will go right to Disney.
Remember, they're headed for the saddest place on earth, right, Barry?
No, these are future employees at CVS. These are employee of the month at CVS we're talking about.
Oh, my God.
Maybe McDonald's. Wendy's.
I don't know. McDonald's might not even touch them with Disney.
Yeah, they have too many contracts.
I want to point out, Rob said, Pop said, Rob totally out of the do. It's all Rob's fault. Yeah. If you guys want to get together like a hit squad, I cannot. Don't come after me.
You can come get some. You all can come. I live in Florida. It's stand my ground. Come play. Come play.
He's as close to the happiest place on earth as any of us.
I'll take you to Disney.
No, Rob, you know that we're not dumb enough to come onto your home turf because we'll be in a swamp somewhere by the night's end.
I don't know what you're talking about. I do not have pre-designated areas to get rid of bodies. Why are you bringing this up, Scott? This is not what we talked about on air.
I'm sorry. I forgot. I got payments I got to make.
I love that we're now rolling the "Did Rob upset you?" PSA at the bottom. I hate Rob at IndieVolt.com.
Rob@IndieVolt.com.
Just remember, the only person I want to know is that I have bowed to the Disney overlord and outed them Disney. I am the good guy Disney.
Eric Hodson says it looks better than the Marvel product.
Yeah,
really?
That's going to tick them off right there.
Here's the problem. By the way, here's the other problem too. By the way, you guys should have known Rob was going to out you. I was down there in Orlando for MegaCon, and everybody around me worked for Disney at some point. It's like Amway in Orlando. Okay, they're all and Rob is infected, and you should have known he was going to come after you guys. When your city is owned by a corporation. I'm sorry. Rob's got a pair of mouse ears. I know he does.
Are you kidding me? The state by Disney. They literally just told like 4 acres or 12 acres, I'm sorry, of businesses, no, you're done in a year. Pack up and leave. This is ours now. And they enacted public domain. Not the government.
Oh yeah,
Disney enacted public.
Down in Florida,
we like this land. We think we're just going to take it. Yeah.
Guys, I got a question. And be honest with me.
I have a question. All these guys look like intelligent, talented people. What in the hell makes them think they can do this?
Fantastic, man.
This guy looks like he's been in prison now. Let's just be honest. He's the ringleader. This guy.
Oh, that's the shot of him.
We can do it, guys.
That shot of him there in front of that stone archway, that's him leaving one of the prisons he's in.
Either that or a mausoleum.
Yeah.
So he's checking out space for rent.
All kidding aside, these guys are super talented. This looks like a great book. I really hope I get it. I so hope
Looks like a good product.
My wife wants that Baby Yoda down. They had to sell that to make some money.
Target.
That's the other thing is there was a huge thing. Etsy people that had made like Baby Yoda dolls all got cease and desists from Disney. That was like 2 months ago.
Oh God, yes.
Eric is an ass.
No, Eric, this isn't a prequel to Stealing Solo. It actually the artwork looks a lot better than that.
Well, I don't know if they're hoping to try and wrangle a deal on Disney to actually work officially, thinking this might get their attention, but I don't think it's going to work out if that's the case.
That's eminent domain.
Well, here's the thing. Listen, if I owned the state, there's a couple things. Eminent domain would be something that I want to enact. Prima nocta.
Okay, medieval England.
There's
Wait, you can't kill vampires? What?
There's a
You're saying you can't kill vampires in a nocta? What?
Prima nocta was an old thing where and it was in medieval England, France, countries like that, where essentially a king or a local lord could take to bed the wife of a husband on their first night as their right as the nobility.
Varian, I told you I'm not sleeping when you stop trying to make it happen.
If it's got to do with historically sex, Varian would probably know.
Oh, I personally don't appreciate letting out the story of how our honeymoon worked between me and Susie. That's crazy. That's nuts. But the thing is, with these guys doing the Star Wars comic, I remember some time back, a couple years ago.
Ralph, that's not going to happen. Can they pass this off as parody? It certainly doesn't look like parody, Ralph.
No, if these were different characters that shared commonalities with Star Wars, it'd be one thing. But this is dude, they have Captain Rex, who's probably the most notable clones there, putting the pistol. These are actively characters from the Clone Wars show.
And this is leagues past fair use, fair use copyright, like a review or something. I mean, this is here's what these guys did. I saw this video some years back of a morning radio show where these guys dared, and the guy took on the dare to actually take his fist and punch it down onto the trip of a bear trap. And this thing had huge 3-inch teeth on it, and he did it, and they automatically had to stop the show. He was screaming like a banshee about it, and I'm thinking that's what these guys use as a role model. The bear trap is Disney, and these guys are just purposely boom, thinking this will be fun. Oh no!
If you kick a tiger in the ass, you better have a plan for its teeth.
Is it a mouse trap?
It's a mouse trap.
A giant mouse trap.
I have
a huge mouse trap.
I have to disagree with Randy, and I barely disagree with Randy. I think this is parody. I think this is absolutely. I think it's funny as hell. What's going to happen to him?
Well, end result. It's not the product itself. The product itself.
What's going to happen to him is going to be funny as shit to him.
Well, yeah. That's why I'm saying we just need to keep track of these guys and talk about their product, push it as much as we can, and should have them on the show.
2 months from now, I'm going to be having a GoFundMe for their legal fees.
They're going to be locked into a dark room with Goofy, and they're going to regret every minute.
Gosh, how'd you get here?
Gosh, you're going to have to bend over.
Ready to go?
God, is here, fellas? Here, let me show you something.
Gosh, I didn't expect you to take it all. That's the tip. Oh.
Bend your knees and touch your toes.
Turn around and bend over. Pick up that nickel.
Lola says we're mean. And Ray didn't even get around to him as
show you why you're
Donald Duck voice.
What?
Ronald, I said, Lola says we're very mean. All of us are very mean. And I said, and Randy didn't even get through his Donald Duck voice.
Not while I'm smiling.
Can you do that and say you're going to get Preston?
No. So I'll break up laughing halfway through.
Rob, the thing is, you've got a good business opportunity here. You should show these guys exactly how you take a bended knee to Disney, because they're going to need every potential thing they could possibly think of to not get.
No, there's no helping them.
They're going to be.
This is like the guy who throws a rock in a tank. This is just not fair. This is just not fair.
They're going to beat their Tiananmen Square. Oh my God!
Disney will wait to see how much money it makes. If it's big, they will take the money.
I honestly
Randy,
don't think actually, like, if they find out about this, I don't even think that they'll care.
They won't play. Yeah.
Well, Randy, you don't think that Disney will actually let this go to market?
No.
Well, here's the thing. They're not. There's no money right now because remember it's just Kickstarter money, and this. No one's paid anything yet. This is all pledges.
But that doesn't matter.
No,
at the end of the day, this is like especially with Star Wars, a property that they spent billions on to get, and they haven't been profitable. You think that they're going to risk even an iota of a chance of this coming out and being better than any of their products?
What I meant is there's no risk to my money.
No, there is no risk to your money. Anybody who backs this book is fine.
Yeah.
The problem is going to be is that these guys are going to get probably the roughest treatment in indie comics that you could possibly imagine.
Oh, yeah, I just can't.
They're going to steamroll these guys.
Oh my God!
No glove, anal inspection.
Like Rob was joking a while ago about getting
we need to push it. Yeah,
copyright lawsuit for every character using this, but I think that's like a genuine thing that they might try to do.
Now they'll send them
each one of those can be seen as its own individual IP, considering they've all had like series.
They'll send the group a cease and desist. They'll send Kickstarter a cease and desist, and it'll just quietly disappear. That's what'll happen.
I like Franco's.
Yeah, I can never watch Goop Troop
again after this show. Oh gosh!
And Eric says Mickey Mouse will show up with a garrison of stormtroopers armed with broomstick. Get him, guys!
Armed with broomsticks.
There's a crew here that needs to be Preston. What?
Oh, God, he's gonna Preston everyone.
Get him Coulter. Yeah.
Who's that big character? The Pirate Pete or something? That big, huge, fat dog character.
Peg leg.
Yeah,
Pete.
Pirate Pete.
Peg leg Pete.
They're gonna spend an evening in the cell with
Black Pete. Yeah.
Keno Subway said, "You shouldn't have crossed the miles. Now Goofy's gonna yuck you."
Variant. How many people listen?
Right now we're at 28,000 people listening on Indie Boat Radio.
How many?
28,000.
28,000. We're climbing the more we talk about this.
People like, you gotta hear this shit.
Goofy doesn't make love. Goofy does fuck.
It's Disney Thursday.
Go ahead and grab your ankles.
Hey, let me bring in Pluto. He's talking Disney covered. I'll show you what he like having a relationship with him.
Lola says she's cutting the show off. This is going
No, the thing is though that you were saying earlier about the money. I mean, with something like this, Disney doesn't give a rat's ass. Oh, well, pardon the pun.
They do
about the money that Disney's going to earn. It's about protection of copyright.
Oh yeah. It's the billions that they already have invested in Star Wars that they're protecting.
Yeah.
And we missed. They actually have the full-on Star Wars logo for their comic brands.
That's true.
Right
That's
up there.
Right
up there, before Darth Maul cometh. That's the stuff that they've been putting on all of their books.
Oh my God!
Yep. Good luck, guys.
Yeah.
I didn't miss it. I brought it up. You weren't here yet. I said they totally ripped everything from them. You're right.
I didn't hear that because I know that we had talked about the trademark of the slurred S and the W.
Oh,
This Star Wars thing right here, like this is the same font type that they use. Everything about this, they're fucked.
Yep.
This is like that Clerks moment where it's like pouring sugar in the gas tank while fucking your mother and giving the middle finger to Disney.
Well, we said it was the fan verse. We said it's got that logo right there. It's the fan verse.
That doesn't count for shit.
I'm sorry. That's a pretty pitiful shield to hold up against the mouth.
By the way,
that's not going to work.
Lola said such language for a morning show.
We've all had our coffee at this point.
Yeah.
Our viewing audience is in the afternoon somewhere.
Wow.
Did someone talk about having intercourse with one
What
another?
these guys
The morning pancakes?
What these guys should have done is they should have tried to take one of my properties and done a comic book of it. I'd have taken them out to dinner.
Yeah.
Now,
Especially with it looking that nice. Yeah, absolutely.
I've done that. I basically stole in August. I call it September, but don't worry. I stole it. I moved it over. It's from Compass Comics, not Arrow. Compass Comics, and we're moving ahead. I have an artist on it. His name is Scott Rose.
Oh,
Scott Rose.
Oh, sure. Smear my family name. Like,
there you go.
But you have to realize,
well, anymore. Like anything more can be smeared in the Roseman name.
but you have to understand, Disney's bringing them food. They're giving them a whole plate of shit real soon.
Yeah, and I wouldn't touch a drop of it. I wouldn't touch I wouldn't touch a morsel of it.
Keno Subway says, "Wow, I didn't realize you guys had so many listeners. You fellas are bigger than I realized." Well, on the radio, on Evo Radio, yeah, we have a lot of listeners, and that's because it's worldwide. It goes out to every country. Some countries who probably are freaking out because the language you're using right now.
Not everybody can stand looking at us for over 2 hours.
I imagine
it's got to be on the radio. Yeah.
It's more palpable just with audio. I mean, the visual will just blind you after about 20 minutes if you're not.
And Ken, that's real hurtful, Ken. Real hurtful.
Keno Subway says, I can send Gilbert a message and ask him if he would like to come on you guys' show sometime.
Yeah, because I
follow him on Twitter. Yeah, heck yeah.
I like to ask him, what are you...
You might not want to tell him about the show, though. After picking on his book like this, he might not want to come on.
Yeah. Well, it might be his last time in the open public.
I just want to see his asshole before and after, just to see the change.
You would, Rob. Yeah.
My God.
Now,
where
Eric Hodson says, morning show. I thought I had really overslept.
Oh, it was in the evening. Now, where is this campaign right now? Is it almost done?
It's on Kickstarter. It's got 40 some days to go.
40 days to go.
Yeah, 42 days to go.
What they got?
20 backers, almost 1,500. Well, a little over 1,400 now.
What's their goal? I can't read it.
5,000.
Wow, they're going to need a lot more than that to get out of Disney jail.
Yeah.
They're going to need a lot more.
We have to make this fun.
The more money they make, the more trouble that they're going to be in. That's a higher profile.
Michael, shush, Michael. No, we need to get this to fun.
Michael, you've been shushed by Rob. You gonna stand for that?
That's Rob's sadistic streak talking.
We want to get them $30,000 and see what happens. I need to help them. Yeah, help them.
That's the next GoFundMe campaign.
I want to play a clip for you guys real quick. That's I feel is it speaks to what's going on here. Just a quick clip. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it's a YouTube video. It's from my purchased YouTube videos though. So all right, here we go. Okay, I want you guys to listen to this.
Okay. It's easy. I can dance around it, but bottom line was sales were following Todd Robbins and other kids my age.
Hold on,
to understand.
Nick, I
didn't catch.
We didn't quite catch that. The audio on it was choppy.
A lot of what we
can you hear now.
Midway through my,
you can hear?
Not at all.
No.
Can't hear. Okay. 1 second. Let me see if I can get that to be a little bit better. All right. Hopefully this works. If it doesn't, I'm going to be so sad. All right.
I love Rob Reed.
Nope, can't hear it at all.
Can't hear it, huh?
Nope.
Well, that sucks.
You're better going off with what you had before.
Well, no, I didn't change it much. I just
Do you want to send it to me and I'll try to play it? Just give me the minute
mark. It's a purchased video.
Oh, I can't do that.
Yeah. Hold on, let me try something again.
Just ad lib it for us. That'd be even more fun.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah, read the script.
I'd put the closed captioning up, but we know what'll happen. All right, it'll put all kind of horrible things up. All right, here we go.
Starting to understand that there were creators behind these books, and that that's
So
a lot
the-
of what we were into.
Rob
Maybe
Liefeld
we
took
might
out.
I laid that out. Comic Book Buyers Guide, the weekly comic book newspaper, announcing the arrival of the execution. I was
Okay.
at 3 in the morning. It was
I remember buying this book.
Did you want a lawsuit? Is that what you're looking at? I don't know what you're thinking of doing here, but what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing?
They asked me that 12 times. I'm like, I just want to do my own thing. There's nothing sinister here. I want to do my own thing.
Not this thing. Not this thing. If this call doesn't go well, legal is going to get involved. Are we clear?
And if anything,
So there you go.
Wow.
That's when the project was just close to what Marvel had.
That's true. Now that Disney's now that Disney has Marvel in its back pocket, you can know they won't even bother with a phone call. I mean, they'll just look at a knock on his door and be sorry for the rest of the month.
Disney might not even approach them as much as make a quick call to Kickstarter and have it yanked down real quick.
Okay, so I'm already getting people upset that I actually said to people to back it. They're like, why would you do that? You always campaign for IPs. So I just said, yes, call for the mouse attack. Back the project.
Because Rob is a rebel. He's a rabble rouser.
No. I'm not a rebel. Rebels bitch about what you should do on your show and tell you who you should be. I'm not a rebel. I'm a real man. I'm trying to cause problems.
Oh,
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
Always
You
play to
mean
your strengths, Rob. Always play to your strengths.
Rob? You mean
You're not a dish. You're a man.
Exactly.
Okay.
I want to get them to get Project We Love on Kickstarter. It's my new goal in life.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome, guys. I gotta wrap up here. I want to thank everybody for watching us. I want to thank everybody for listening on IndieVote Radio right now. Germany, thank you UK, thank you France, thank you Belgium. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I'm actually getting cool thing is now I'm getting cities now.
Cool.
They're showing where listeners are mainly at, so that's really cool too.
we love you all?
good.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. I'm gonna go around real quick. Everybody, where can they find you at?
Start with Scott since he got here late.
Yeah, I'll be hanging around my studio and over on Facebook. Just type in my name. That's the way to get it. Scott Rosema, Facebook. That's where you can see me most of the time. And as soon as shows start up, I'm going to be at almost all of them. So,
And we still see that painting in your background too.
and you see the progress I made on it.
I do. It looks awesome. It looks like it's
Yeah,
coming along real well.
It's coming out good. Getting it done.
Cool.
All right. Michael, tell us.
Hey, how's it going, guys? You can find me at Twitter at ElysianFields_0 is the handle. We've got Indiegogo up still. We're fully funded, in demand, and we have added a retailer perk. So any local stores interested in getting the book, go on ahead, take a look. And we've got exciting stuff coming your way, so just pay attention to us on Twitter. We have a 9 Realms publishing Facebook that also keeps everyone up to date.
And that's Elysian Fields under
Yes, sir.
Indiegogo.
Okay.
Yeah,
I gotta add something.
Scott wants to
I'm
add
going to be doing a cover for Elysian Fields with Michael Odin. So you'll see my stuff coming up with one of their publications before the end of the summer, Michael.
Yeah, so the plan is to get that next campaign up in September. But throughout the summer, we're going to be giving some people, we're going to be giving some looks at all the stuff we've got coming your way. One of them is that I'm really excited because Scott's doing our cover and he's even rebranding our logo, and what he's shown me on the logo looks fantastic.
Sweet.
We're really excited to be getting that out to you guys, and we also have Kevin Sharp is going to be doing one as well.
Yeah, but we don't care about Kevin Sharp.
Fair enough. We care about you.
I'm trying to figure out why I'm spending so much time on Scott Rosema. I mean, Archie Marvel, the guy sold out a long time ago.
Ralph says, so you think Kickstarter will also be reliable? Well, Kickstarter is the one that's gathering and funneling through the money. Disney will contact Kickstarter and tell them they don't own the copyright for that book to pull it down.
Yeah. Well,
So
that, yeah,
they'll make
they're-
it. Kickstarter will make it disappear, more than likely.
Yeah. But as soon as Michael gives me the okay, we'll be showing some of the artwork I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as I'm looking forward to seeing your progress, Scott. I'm really excited.
Cool.
Well, you'll be sorry. So
Pop says Rob King, King
I'll
of
be
Trolls.
prepared to go
LOL.
cry in a corner for a little bit.
Rob, where can they?
Kino Subway says, "Good morning, stream gentlemen." Rob, where can we find you?
I will be working at the Disney shop today from 6 to 10. Wait. Sorry. Let me try that again. Okay. I will be out there advocating for Disney to take a bite out of someone's ass. And you can find me at MrAnderson.com. My hate mail can be found at the bottom of the screen in a moment.
Oh, we stopped it. Oh, yeah.
And comicbookadvocates.com supports real comic book creators who aren't stealing things that aren't theirs to make a lot of money because they're talented and can come up with their own original ideas.
Oh,
you
God.
know, Rob.
And we do hope to come on next week as a guest. I absolutely would love to meet them.
All right, I've been Randy Zimmerman. You can find me at Facebook and Twitter. You can also find me on the Zim Geek channel, ZIMMGEEK, here on YouTube, where there will be new content up shortly.
I was gonna say, Randy, you're gonna put more videos out of an instruction or
Yeah.
drawing. Awesome. Look forward to that.
I know Randy's next video is going to be how not to get sued by other companies. Hello, everybody. My name is Varian Grant. I am the owner of IndieVote, this show you just watched. I found
or listen to.
Yeah, listen to. Make sure if you want more IndieVote goodness in your life, you can do so by popping over to IndieVote Radio. How do you get IndieVote Radio? That's easy. You can use it. You can get it on Google Play. Type in IndieVote.com, IndieVote Radio. You'll find it there. Also, download stream if you have Apple or an iPhone. And you can type in IndieVote Radio and pull us up there as well. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, music and stuff like you just listen to now, like us talking and news about the industry, all kind of stuff. And then the Roku. If you have a Roku or Roku-enabled TV, Roku device, you can download IndieVote TV. It's our streaming network. We got some independent movies up there. So we got some exclusive documentaries and series coming very soon. It is free as well, only on Roku-enabled televisions and devices, coming very soon to Amazon Fire Stick. Though I am working on it actively right now. And if you want us to make fun of your questions when you send them in, if you want to call us ass boys like last week or Tuesday, which by the way, I'll tell you like this, we missed the opportunity to have an essay ass boys. We missed the opportunity there. We should have. Yeah,
it's kind of a given, isn't it?
Yeah, always have those lost opportunities.
I think
Go ahead.
someone was busy turning red-faced and flirting.
Yeah, it was probably I'm surprised I can blush. IndieVote Live at IndieVote.com. You want to send those questions in to us? Please keep those keep those emails to 90 words or less and include IndieVote in the subject field, and I'll make sure that they I'll make sure that they get on the show.
And remember, if it involves comics or geekdom or fandom, don't be afraid to ask your question. Send your question in. No question is too silly. No question is too serious, because of course our feedback will be better because of your setback. Hashtag get an education. Hashtag IndieVote.
Also, want to remind you of this too. It's very important.
Don't go.
Very important. Also, check if you got a crowdfunded book. If you're crowdfunding books right now, even if they're not your books to crowdfund, pop over to IndieCron. Get listed, get seen, get in over at IndieCron. They're doing good work, making sure that people are getting notice on their
Plus,
book.
I like that logo.
Yeah,
I like that logo.
It's a great site to find products and books to back of high independent quality.
It is a great site. Wow. That cord is the luckiest cord in the world. That's the luckiest cord ever.
And listen, that's it. Pull the plug on the show. What's over here? Thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate it. I'm gonna take us out of here.
I'll take you out. I'll take you out. Let me do it.
Everyone have a great day. We'll see you back here Tuesday.
Thanks so
Yeah.
much for listening, everybody. We deeply appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Take care.